is iconic.
Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah.
Yep, I'm running the intro.
Plays every day, yeah. We make 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 plays every day, yeah.
Hey,
Plays every day, yeah.
welcome to Playmaker AF. I am your host, Bogard, scot-free. And tonight, the middle of the night, whenever you're consuming this, I want to introduce a special friend of mine, a brother from another. We actually are still waiting on the lab results because we might actually be biological brothers. Man, he's the jack of all trades. He's a man of many hats. He's a renaissance man. He's a voice of a generation. He's the wind beneath my wings. You know I'm freestyling this too, which makes it more phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the type of dude that will zig when y'all zag. He's a motherfucker that'll pave his own way and innovate. With no further delay, I want to introduce my man, a shining star, a beacon of light and hope, my man Jemo The Icon.
Wow, Bogard, what a fucking intro, man. That was very rock star-ish. I feel like I have to come out and like Russell now or something. You know?
I feel like I needed like some entrance theme music for you, like.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that was A+ right there, man.
Hey, man.
Thank you so much for all the kind words.
Man,
and thank you for having me on the show.
Oh,
thank
of course,
Bogard.
man. And you know, welcome back. I know this is your first appearance on Playmaker as fuck. Because, you know, let me tell you, Playmakers, you guys already know about this series. It's all about people that make plays in life, and you know what I mean? Like, and I underline and capitalize the word life. Because, you know, life is a long journey, and being alive is a privilege and an honor. And, like, this is one man who embodies that. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And
so I have a quick announcement. Actually.
Oh, yes, please do.
Real quick. So just I want to give you a heads up to your listeners, everybody's, you know, whoever's listening to this now. I had my tooth pulled today, and they gave me some Vicodin.
We're going on a roller coaster.
Yeah, so I've had a couple.
Should I pop some Percocet while we're at it? Fuck it.
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Hold on. I am a pharmacist.
Yeah.
You know what?
So
Hold on. Down the hatchet.
Oh, Bogard, love you, brother. Love you.
Now here we are.
There you go. Percocet, give me money.
Percocet, give me money. I should have broken it in half. You know what's funny is like my girl, she got some dental work done not too long ago, and she was like, my girl, she'll smoke weed with me from time to time, but like when she was in so much pain, she popped one, and then she was like, it's not helping. And I go, no, and then she waited like 6 hours, right? She was like, I could pop another one, right? And I go, yeah, but you do one of these. Broke it in half. Now pop that, baby. Pop that thing. And I came back to check on her an hour later, and she was just in the bed, and she goes, this is why people do that shit, huh? And I'm like, yup. You know what I mean? And you know me, I'm about to have a few drinks. I've already had a few. So I didn't go that route. I just popped that thing and threw it in a tank. But see, here's the thing. She gave me them. She was like, just take these from me, because you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I got you. You know, because as soon as the pain was gone, you know, she was going to do recreational shit.
Right.
But I am Bogard, you know what I mean?
Well, there you go.
And that's a hell of a way to start the show.
Yeah, definitely. And I had a little bit of the mimosa, you know, the
OJs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm feeling great. So I'm very mellow tonight, and it's really
this is suitable. This is suitable.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you so much again, man.
And you know me, I'm gonna be like all the way turned to the max, like 100, like Bogard does. You know what I mean? But you know what though? Watch when that perk starts to hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start having to two hands my beer, because you know that's what those things do. I can't even grip things. Like, hey, I legit just threw one in the tank. I love that. I'm so glad you didn't tell me that announcement. And I actually in my studio, I have my medicine cabinet right next to me.
Right,
I got my weed. I got all my isms in there. You know what I mean? I got all the things I need. Extra lighters and zigzags. You know what I mean? Random Percocets. But see, not so random. See, my girl might have gave, and those have been sitting there for like over a year.
Wow.
Yeah, because as a matter of fact,
are they still any good though?
Of course they are. Expiration date, smexuration date.
There you go.
You know what I mean? All right, check this out, Playmakers. You know what I'm saying? You already know all the sponsors. Shout out to Milk and Honey. Shout out to Monkey Knife Fight. Use promo code RUMBOYS. All that suffice. They'll all be in the goddamn description. But we're gonna get right down to brass tacks because this is one hell of a story I've been waiting to help illustrate. Because it's a story of innovation. It's a story of dedication. It's a story of destination. It's a story of underestimation. Is that a word? We're going with it. You know what I mean? And it's a star that was on the rise, and like true stars do, we will blow up in a blaze of glory like a supernova that we truly are. You know what I mean? But until that happens, we are gonna illustrate the story. You know what I mean? Hey, that's kind of cool, right? I just winged that too. Supernovas do blow up.
Man, you are on point tonight.
Bro, I'm on fire. I'm on fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring
your vitamins today.
Yeah. Oh shit! Let me light some vitamins up right now. Hold on.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, playmakers of the world, this is my man Jemo the Icon. He hails from Chicago, Illinois, and that's where this story takes place. Let's take me from there.
All right, yeah, so born and raised in Chicago. Grew up there, mostly along the north side and everything. And, got kicked out of numerous schools. Did a little time here and there.
Yeah.
And that's, that's, I don't know.
It happens. I mean, we're going to do Young Icon in a nutshell, right? So Young Icon, you know what I mean? Like, so... Because this is a precursor to the rock star icon. So like I want you to paint the picture like of the timeline that kind of like what was some of those early bands, man, that made you like that influenced you, like where you're like, yo, I'm about to do this thing, because I know you have music in your background. I know your dad's a musician. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know your uncles are all your family. They're rocking the band. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. So that goes without saying, but I know they weren't into punk rock or grunge or whatever you want to categorize it as.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely are that you do embody all that. So like, what was? I mean, I know the answer, but for the playmakers, like, what was some of those bands, bro?
I mean, that whole Seattle sound, that whole grunge scene, if you want. I use grunge in air quotes. Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Mudhoney, everything in between,
Yeah.
That's, and I always was into different weird type of music, even back in like grade school and shit. Like everybody was into like the whole pop thing and buying bop magazines and whatnot.
Ooh.
And I was kind of always that outsider. I think I remember buying one bop magazine for like Alyssa Milano or something one time.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh my God. Hey, Alyssa Milano, give me money. Oh my God, she's so sexy. She's still hot, dude.
She is, but I think she's like a fucking nut job now. I don't know.
I think she always was. You can't be that hot and then be like a scholar. Like, you show me a scholar that's that hot, and I will show you a psychopath. Low key.
Exactly.
Like, you know what? I wouldn't doubt if one day Alyssa Milano pops up and she's a psychiatrist, and I'd be like, oh my God, she's fucking Hannibal Lecter, but sexy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, but anyway, going back to like the whole music thing, I mean, that's, Nirvana definitely changed everything. I mean, I love the Beatles. Who didn't love the Beatles back then? I mean,
love the Beatles.
The funny thing is, you mentioned before, it's like my dad and my mom was actually in a very successful kind of group or whatever back in the day. I never really liked any type of their music, and I didn't get into the whole music scene because of that. It just happened that way.
Were they trying to push you as a wee tyke? My
dad got me involved in like guitar lessons at an early age, piano, bass. He tried every single instrument for me. but I just never.
But it's kind of like the father, like it was kind of like the overbearing father type of shit. Like, listen,
yeah. I mean, yeah, he was definitely the old school Eastern European dad. You know, sit you down and you're doing it this way and no other way and stuff. So very strict. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised I got away with what I got away with, and you know, he still loves me, which is great. And for him and my mom to put up all my bullshit. I mean, hey, kudos to them.
No, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Hey, because you know, the reason I say this is because when I was a wee tyke, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not only did I want to be a pro wrestler, and I said this on the show, I wanted to be a rock star, a rapper, I wanted to be it all, and like.
Right.
And my dad, you know, his one of his best friends in the world. Shout out to my uncle Chris Ortega. You know what I'm saying? He had a band called the Gypsy Queens.
Okay.
And, he was a drummer, and you know, it was like the 18-piece drum set. I might be like throwing 10 on the 2. I might be exaggerating,
sure.
But you know, the big old drum set.
Yeah, I got you.
Right, so I wanted to be a drummer. You know what I mean? Because I just thought that was my bag, you know what I mean? And then then when I realized it was like real work, and then you know what I mean? And then you know my dad, you know, he'd be like, you know, pay attention to your tito, you know what I mean? He's teaching you these things, and then I was like, he took the fun out of it, you know what I mean? But also as a young dumbass, I thought I was just gonna just pick it up and be like ill,
right,
you know what I mean?
Exactly,
and I was like, I want to play video games, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, but okay,
but that's it. I mean, you know, and my dad got me every instrument in the fucking book and lessons, and I didn't want to do anything, you know. After like a third or fourth lesson, I'm like, I don't like this. I hate it, you know. And he got pissed off, and we went to a different instrument. The same thing, same routine. The one thing that he never gave to me was a microphone, I guess.
Oh,
you know?
Shit, because that's your bag. Yeah. That's your gig.
That's what I did. Yeah. Like, all right, cool, you know. So, long story short with that.
Or as I like to say, long story longer.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know, do you want to get into how, Rutgers started or something?
No, hold on, not just yet.
Yeah.
Not just yet.
Okay.
So, I do want to say so, you know,
yeah.
So you're already into Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden.
Sure.
Yo, what's some favorite songs, man? I want to know, because I'm looking at, you know, the lead singer in Nirvana, obviously, and the lead singer in Soundgarden, right? But the lead singer of Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, he was just solely like a front man. I'm pretty sure he played, but he was just a front man. You know what I mean?
In the beginning, the early years of Pearl Jam, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
so
he
did
never
you
would
gravitate towards him more so because of I
watched, and this was back when VHS was around. You know, those VHS tapes.
Oh yeah.
I used to work at a place called Disco Round. I don't know if you are familiar with that, but it's like we'd buy and sell you CDs, you know, and it was like a little shopping plaza or something. And this was,
a record store.
Yeah, exactly, a record store. So I had to kind of get a job because of probation or whatever. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll go to something that I like.
Love
I have
it.
some buddies that work there.
As much as I want to go into why you got on probation, we'll just blow over that.
Well,
we'll gloss over that.
There's many reasons for that. Multiple times. Anyway, I got this job at the record shop, and I got to know a lot of people. You know, they'd always come in, and you'd have to buy. You know, wouldn't really buy all their CDs or whatever because they were scratched or we had doubles of it or whatnot. This one guy would come in with a stack of these CDs, the same ones every fucking time. I don't know if he had his own record shop or whatever, but we had a relationship because I always bought it from him. I always hooked him up. So he brought in all these old VHS tapes of like Pearl Jam, Nirvana from old shows, you know, on an actual handheld fucking like camcorder.
Oh, that's dope. So these aren't even like officially released stuff. This is like fucking candid.
No, this is right. Like obviously now you can probably find it on YouTube, you know, but back then in those years, we didn't have YouTube. Cell phones maybe were just coming out. I don't know. But that was
cell phones existed if you were getting a bag.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I think I might have had a pager at the time or something. Who knows?
Oh, I definitely had a pager.
Yeah,
because I was a dope dealer.
That's it. Yeah.
Allegedly,
you got to do it. You got to do it. Yeah. So anyway, I'd sit home late at night. You know, spark one up, have a few drinks, and we'd sit around. You know, and just watch these VHSs. These really small, intimate shows with, from Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, everybody, even the Pumpkins. I was like, holy shit, we.
And I know you're not too fond of the Pumpkins, correct?
Look, I love their early stuff. Billy Corgan in the middle, kind of.
I really
weird,
just
I
love.
respect him.
I really just love like specific songs. Like I love Today, like the Siamese Twins album. That's like the only song I really liked.
Oh, the Siamese Dream album. Yeah.
Yeah, Siamese Dream. Yeah.
Yeah. Today's like one of my least favorite songs by them. To be honest with you.
I just love that riff. Like I actually sampled it one time.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
And I always thought the production was really poor. Like I couldn't hear his vocals.
Right.
So I always never knew what he was saying unless I read the lyrics, which I always didn't like. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's why I hated reading lyrics. I never
exactly. We should just already know it. Like, listen, I never know what Eddie Vedder's saying, but at least I could bust the twang, the cadence.
Yeah, you have your own lyrics.
How much I want to my mama, someone on the town Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Who is this, Eddie Vedder? Who am I talking to?
No, I'm saying like this is why I loved Pearl Jam because like you didn't need to know his lyrics, but you could hear his vocal over I like the production when it came to like those bands because I couldn't stand and even as much as I loved Green Day, even them too was like damn like what I can't hear them like you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think just not saying back in those days, but maybe who knows wherever they recorded it. Yeah. The era, I guess, the more raw sound of it.
It's sold. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you got a group like Soundgarden where they were just phenomenal on every level as far as production and quality and
They were
so you're watching these VHSs.
Right. Watching these and I'm like so enamored with how like Eddie Vedder, would carry himself, and I looked at his mannerisms and how genuine he was with just performing. He had a genuine love for it. The same thing with Chris Cornell and Kurt Cobain and stuff. So when I'm watching this, I'm like, holy shit, man, these guys are really into it, putting their blood, sweat, and fucking tears into it. I'm like, I want to do that. Why the fuck can I do that?
Right.
So that was
So that was the moment. Why can't I do this?
Yeah, exactly.
No, because why? During part of this series is pinpointing the moments. So that was a moment. You're sitting back watching these VHSs, or as Filipinos would say with their Filipino accent, bitches. You know what I mean? VHS, where it sounds like they're saying bitches. You know what I'm saying? Bitches. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was I guess like the
that was the light bulb moment.
That was the light bulb moment. Yeah, definitely.
The lightning struck. The goddamn light bulb lit. Okay, so now now you set yourself on this path.
Right.
So now paint the picture for me in the Playmakers. Going abroad, because now you obviously wanted to be a rock star. You obviously wanted to start a band, right? So what was the journey like? So like, how did you see this thing out? Like you saw it out now, and now you're looking for the different individuals to join your cause.
Yep.
To basically make a band.
It kind of all fell in my lap, to be honest with you. I at that moment I wasn't like, all right, I need to be in a band. I need to find guys, because at the time in my life I was running in a different circle, with a group of gentlemen in an organization that are wonderful people and everything.
Yeah, Playmakers. Yeah. I have a run-on joke that he was working with the mafia.
They donated to a great cause.
I say it jokingly.
Yeah. But it was, it was a great time. I still keep in good contacts with them. Everybody's good. There's nothing but love there. But I wasn't really looking to form a band, especially with the group of guys that I knew, So then I had to go on vacation. I use that in air quotes again.
So you had to sit down
to a place,
for a second.
Small.
Yes, a very small, confined place.
A confined area, yeah.
Was this a stretch? Was this a long vacation?
It wasn't too long. Not as long as my previous vacations. This one was kind of short.
But this was more of an awakening one then, like.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Because I mean, I at the time, I mean, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm getting older, I got to do something. But it's like, all right, this is too repetitive for me. I got to, kind of break away, take a break from the organization, and just, do a little soul searching myself.
So, I love that you use organization because that fits my narrative, the mafia, the organized organization,
the organization, and they respected that. They believed in what I wanted to kind of do and just kind of find myself, I guess, or whatever. And and then after that, I had to get another job, obviously, because I wasn't working at the record shop anymore.
And because of like probation or parole or what have you.
Exactly, yeah. So luckily, and this is kind of how I got involved in the hotel business too in the beginning of it. So you kind of get two stories in one here. And right now, I've been going on 22 years now, 23 years maybe in the hotel industry.
They call that hospitality.
Hospitality.
There you go.
Hospitality.
And you really are hospitable, my brother.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, and I owe that to my Eastern European culture, my parents. Because they're very, very giving people. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I had to get another job. Yeah, thank you. And I got a job at this hotel. It was the Purple Hotel in Lincolnwood, Illinois. It was a suburb.
I love purple.
Yeah.
I love...
And
purple... Okay, this is the first time we're going to veer off for a second. Rapid fire. Favorite color?
Black.
Ooh, mine's... Well, I have 3. Purple, red, and green.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and it depends.
Yeah, I like black.
But black is there too. But see, I'm going to get really nerd. Black is the absence of color.
And I love that.
That is the icon.
That is.
Yeah. Okay.
A quick tidbit. A little unknown fact about me. I am colorblind.
No way. So you're a sharpshooter at night.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Word. You're colorblind.
I mean.
So that's why
I can't tell my yellows and greens and blues and shit. No way, man.
Well, you know me, bro. We've had this conversation. I have a retina condition, so colors. I be confusing them motherfuckers all day too. Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us. Do we have the same parents? Am I Eastern European?
I'm telling you, man. It's something. It's something. We are definitely blood related somehow.
And it makes sense too, because your whole premise is black and white. I always figured it was like your like NWO type of background, you know what I mean? Because NWO kind of
I love the NWO. We'll get into them later.
Oh, we sure will.
Yeah, no, it wasn't anything to do with wrestling. Just black and white was always my thing.
Wow, that's
always
awesome,
my thing. I think even going back to grade school.
Okay, so
So I get a job at the Purple Hotel, and at the time I was a bellhop / van driver, so we'd have to go to O'Hare Airport, pick up we would do runs at the airport back
of course you did.
We had to pick up a airline, Mexicana Airlines, because they had a contract with us to stay at the hotel.
Of course.
So it was really cool because I got to know a bunch of flight attendants, fucking cool-ass captains. They would bring me fucking tequila with the worm in it and shit.
So this is your tequila love background.
People. That's right, yeah.
Love it. Look at I'm getting all the roots of all the origins.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, continue.
So there was this one group that would come in to the hotel, I think twice a year. And this was our big money group. We made tons of money, fucking, driving them around in the van, the hotel van, and then, obviously bringing their luggage up to their rooms. So they would rent out the entire hotel, including the ballroom. And it was a swinger convention.
Oh, shit. And Playmakers.
Yeah.
Playmakers, let me tell you about swingers. That means couples would come through and so imagine this, okay? Playmakers, let me get hypothetical. So imagine it's me and Jemo, and we have our ladies with us, our significant others, and then we are in a ballroom full of other couples, and we're like, hey, you want to trade? Hey, you want to party? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's get a whole thing going. Hey, you know what I mean? That's swingers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was all good. Okay, so
I
continue.
mean, and hey, kudos to them for doing what. I mean, that's not my cup of tea. You know,
Yeah, it's
but
really
hey,
not. It's really
whatever.
not mine either. But
Right,
I'm just saying,
I mean,
I actually think it's cool.
Yeah, I respect them and all that stuff. They're the nicest fucking people. They're literally like the people next door to you.
They literally are the people that would be like, "Hey, man, let my wife suck your dick, man. Come on, man, you're a hell of a guy."
Like, whoa. So
For real,
you know, it was crazy because I have to bring up these fucking like tables, you know, these dominatrix type tables and shit. I had a bunch of duffel bags that had like dildos in it. They went off. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So. And this is kind of going to how we got the name of the band, Bruck LaRue. Okay, so nice. I might be going a little bit backwards.
No. This is great.
But, so, you know, I have my buddy Jimmy, who I was good friends with, and he
Shout
at the time was a guitar player. Yep. For, you know, a small little local band, you know, a little high school band or whatever they were back then. And he'd come by my job to check this out. You know, I'd be like, dude, you got to come see this shit. Like fucking half-naked women walking around. That's great, you know?
Butt-ass naked. I got a bag of dildos that's going down.
So he came by, he checked it out. We were shooting the shit and everything. This old-ass man comes up to me asking for, like, directions to whatever, to go get beer or something. Who knows, wherever it was. And he was, like, I'd say maybe our dad's age at the time. You know, maybe a little bit older.
Okay.
I guess.
Because a lot of swingers too, they be kind of elderly sometimes.
Yeah, but this guy
40s
looked like he didn't. Well, he didn't. It looked like he did not belong there. Like he was like the grandpa of the group. I guess I don't know. So anyway, but I guess he was like the orchestrator of everything. He ran it.
The maestro.
So he was super fucking cool. So I asked him his name. He's like, no, I really don't tell how to say my real name because you know. But you'll probably be able to find me eventually. But he played over. he played football for the Fighting Illini.
So that's why he was trying to. That's why he was trying to keep his name on a low.
Yeah, I guess so. He's like, so he ended up telling us anyway, but I completely forgot. He's like, but my nickname was Ruck LaRue.
Oh,
I was like, motherfucker. I like that. So then, you know, and at this point in time, Jimmy and I are kind of, we're messing around. You know, I'm not in his band, but, you know, he'd come over to my house or vice versa, and we'd fuck around. He'd play guitar, and I would just sing over whatever he was playing.
Sick.
And
you
it
guys
never got really into anything.
Would you guys do covers?
Just fucking around, sitting around and doing that. So then, you know, he asked me to do a concert with him at some high school because the lead singer wanted, you know, he wanted to take a break or whatever it was, but they wanted me on.
He was a bitch. That's what it was.
I'm like, all right, sure. No. He was good. Elliot, I remember Elliot. Elliot was awesome.
Shout out to Elliot.
So, you know, we went and did that, and it was a pretty good response, and I think there's a video of it somewhere. I think on Venmo or whatever, but I'll have to text that to you. Maybe I did before. I'm not sure. So anyway, that happened, and we got a strong response from it when I was up there. You know, everybody loved it. It was a good thing. So we got to talking about starting our own band, and this goes back to, you know, now Jimmy's over at the hotel, and, you know, we're talking to this fucking guy, and he's like, yeah, Bruck LaRue. We looked at each other. We're like, that's the fucking band name.
Yes.
If we have a band ever.
Did you know what?
We just loved it.
Did you find out what Bruck LaRue meant? Like, is there?
That was his nickname.
No, but did it mean anything, or was it just like?
No. I guess they just whatever for you know they no idea what it meant.
And mind you, I don't know what it means. I'm just asking because to me it sounds like French.
Rock LaRue. Yeah.
But it does sound like a badass rock name, though.
Yeah.
Or in this case, a motherfucker laying mean pipe. Yeah. Okay, continue.
Yeah, there you go. So that's how I guess the name was born, and then after that little show that I did with the guys, that's kind of how we were born. So, you know, we ended up practicing at our drummer's basement constantly every
fucking night. Is this the Filipino guy you were telling me about? The drummer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joel.
Shout out to my cousin.
If you're listening, fucking call me because nobody knows where you are. You're okay. Yeah.
Shout out to Joel, man.
Joel.
Because, you know, he's actually an intricate part of the story, right? Like, he housed Rock LaRue. Like, this was his parents. So this was the cesspool. This was the place where you guys were able to congregate. Because Filipino parents, and I'll tell you this much, because my first studio was at my house as well. The Playmakers know I'm Filipino. And my parents, they would come out, you guys hungry? You guys want to eat? Like, we're in there doing hella drugs, drinking. We're rocking out. You know what I mean? Like, they were actually watering the seed.
They were so cool, and they were at every fucking show too. Every live show. So it was great. It was great. So we rehearsed there. That was like our starting point. It was so cool. And then we're like, all right, we got to find like an actual rehearsal spot. So we didn't really find one yet, but then we started where I was cleaning out my parents' garage one day. I'm like, fucking, this could be our rehearsal spot, So we tried that for 2 days, but the cops were there every like 20 minutes. Because
you were living in a certain area where it was like there was activity.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were in Chicago.
And like not like a shitty area or anything.
No, I'm just saying,
but
an area where like neighbors would call even. You know what I mean? I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Rock band
definitely, they were
quiet.
a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you can hear it clear as day. If you ever rehearse in the garage, it's fucking, you can hear it like 8 blocks away.
It's definitely
so
not
pretty
insulated.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we're like, fuck it, man, we got to find a spot, So luckily enough, one of our older friends at the time, he saw an office space kind of place for rent. It was, really cool, like maybe 5-10 minutes away from our houses and shit. We're like, fuck it, let's go check it out. It was only $300 a month. And it was huge. It was like fucking, and it had its own little mini bathroom in there. Fucking, we had a friend who is still doing, I guess, he owns like a vending machine company. He put a vending machine in our rehearsal spot.
So he was just caking up.
Well, he gave us a cut so we can help pay for rent.
Yeah.
And we would
that's awesome.
At a rehearsal spot. Like,
oh my God.
Every weekend with us
Is this a precursor to your love of many
kegs.
candy bars? Like, I know you are aware of several different candy bars.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yes, okay, continue.
Yeah, for sure. So we throw parties to hold, to be able to pay for our rent because we weren't really working enough to cover that kind of money back then. We were, broke ass fucking.
And even though Playmaker's $300 doesn't sound like a lot, but back during this time, like minimum wage was like $6 type of shit. Like you had to be grinding, like you had to be hustling. Let alone and like especially back then, like a big old spot. Like what would you say, like 2,400 square feet? Like give me a guesstimate.
Yeah. Estimate probably honestly about 1,800.
1,800. That's a big space.
Yeah. That's a huge
and we're talking about
like
warehouse type of shit, high ceilings.
Yeah, the ceilings weren't too high. They were high enough. I mean, you couldn't go up and change a light bulb if you stuck your arm.
For sure,
so
you needed a big old ladder.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because and this is perfect. This is perfect for a rock band. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So then, and we'd have like poker nights there, the parking situation was beautiful because again, it was like a storefront. So after all those little shops next to us closed, we'd come there like 7, 8 o'clock at night, because we can't go there during the day to make all that noise. We didn't want to get in trouble. So we come after the other businesses were closed.
Of
took
course.
up all their parking spots. But the kicker was we were literally a half a block away from the police station. Bro. I thought for sure within that first week or month that we were there, we were going to get fucked. But
you know who was running it? The Icon. Bro, have I told you? I told you about one of my first major studios, right? I was at a private airport. You know what I mean? Where like they flew little Cessna planes in and out.
No shit.
Yeah, bro. Where I live in the east side of San Jose. Playmakers, you can look this up. There's a mall. It's world renowned. When I say world renowned, I mean in my big little world, right? The Eastridge Mall. Right across the street from it is the Hillview Airport. I love it because it always reminded me of Back to the Future because that they lived in Hillview Valley.
No shit.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the Hillview Airport.
That's awesome. So you guys, your rehearsal space was in
yes, my studio / yes, and check this out. It was federal grounds, and I say federal because it was private. So and it was a big fucking space, right? Like many hangars, many Matter of fact, there's a baseball field in there too. Like because the police they had a certain within this in this vicinity, the police they had an area where they would do shift exchange. You know what I mean? So they had a little building and it had like microwaves and vending machines, and these police would come through and do shift exchange. But like they couldn't drive onto our properties, you know, or our parking lots, because every building had its own parking lot. Because now you're on federal grounds, and that's not their jurisdiction. And like they would follow me and Mike. You know, I would come through like 8 cars deep for real. Like it'd be like after the club. Right. Like we would do a show at a club, and I'm taking the whole club to the studio. You know what I mean? And we're goddamn like 8, 9 cars deep, and like the police would follow us in, and we would all pull up, park on our parking lot, and then they would get out flashing their lights on us, but they wouldn't be on our parking lot. They would be right outside of it. Like, what are you doing here? And I'd be opening the door to my building. This is my studio. And they'd be like, boom, they would drive away.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, bro. Like it was.
Man, you got off.
And bro, you know what we were doing? You know, even just during the day, like I had a jump off spot. Like it was like.
Right.
And I have several stories of just being at an airport, like the characters that would fly in and out. Like it was just crazy. But yes, continue.
Holy shit. That's crazy. Well, we got to get back to that story later.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we were literally, half a block away from the police station.
From the police?
Maybe for a year, nothing happened to us. I was like, holy shit. Up until this one day, and I'll remember it like it was fucking yesterday. This was, I think, after one of our bigger shows or something. And it was relatively close to our rehearsal spot. So after the show, we had a huge after party. There was literally like maybe 400 fucking people.
God damn. There. So, you know, the police probably caught attention because of the parking too. Like now all of a sudden there's everyone parking everywhere.
Yeah, I mean people, they're spilling out of the fucking, out of our rehearsal spot. They're all in the fucking street and everything. I'm like, holy shit, man. You know, we're going to get fucked up here.
Right under their nose.
Well, sure enough, within fucking minutes, we were surrounded. You know, everybody's running, they're scattering. I'm like, fuck, I'm not leaving this is my house technically. I can't leave it. You know, we got all of our equipment here. Fuck it, I'm staying. So there is just, you know, it's me and a couple other band members, and there is narcotics everywhere. There's a bunch of shit everywhere, man. I was like, fuck.
Allegedly.
Just literally, like.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, but yes.
But
in this case, yes, it is statute of limitations. So yes, there was all kind of scattered isms.
Yeah, exactly.
All
there
kind
was
of
like
isms.
3 kegs over there and stuff. So one of these cops was so fucking cool, though. He's like, what are you doing, you know? So we tell him who we are. He's like, wait, I think I heard of you guys. You guys are, you know, whatever.
You guys are Rap LaRue?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's us.
Like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll tell you what. He's like, who's going to go own up to whose name is leased under here? I'm like, it's under mine. So I stand up, handcuff me, and take me away. I'm like, all right, great. They take my the bass player at the time. They took him, too. So we're sitting there.
Hey, shout out to him.
Really quick.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, definitely.
He was like, fuck that, I'm going with you, bruh.
Yeah, who was former photographer. Well, yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
So then we had a court appearance and everything, like for whatever day it was. I don't know, like a month later or something.
But they didn't write y'all up. They didn't write y'all up for any of the specifics, right?
Not the big stuff, no, which was really cool.
Just was it like noise coordinates?
It was noise. It was
disturbing the peace.
Something like disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Unsanctioned fire codes. I've been hit with all kind of shit. That's why I'm asking.
Right, and it was nothing that we couldn't get away with.
Nothing with the narcotics though, which is phenomenal.
Which was huge.
Super cool.
So
shout out to that cop.
Yeah. Well, so my buddy and I are going to court, and we have the same court date, right? I think I don't know. We were out partying the night before or something. Who knows what was happening? And he goes to court. He's trying to call me. I'm not answering, so he just goes there. And then my lawyer's trying to call me. He's like, where the fuck are you?
Oh,
there's a bench warrant out for your arrest now.
Oh, no.
Court. I'm like, motherfucker. And we had a show that night, too.
Oh.
So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what do I do? He's like, come to the fucking courthouse and just explain, hey, to be honest, I don't know, make something up. I'm like, all right. So I have somebody's girlfriend drive me over there because I think someone had my car or whatever the case was. I don't remember. Maybe I didn't have a car back then. Who knows?
I love that you said it was somebody's girlfriend.
Yeah. No, it was somebody's, but yeah, not mine. And so, you know, she drives me over there. We get in the court, and, you know, I got a suit on and the whole 9 yards. We go up to the fucking clerk person, and I was fucking late for court. I understand there's a warrant out for me now. I'm here. Honestly, I just overslept. He's like, ooh. He's like, this judge is a real bitch. He's like, good luck. I was like, fuck.
Oh,
you know?
my God.
So, and my lawyer's not there because he had another case that he had to go to somewhere else. I'm like, fucking A. I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? So this judge lady was a complete bitch, you know, and she's like, nope, you're going to jail. She's like, that's it. And it was like a $500
fine,
bail fee or
for bail even.
Yeah, I was like, motherfucker. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, I have a show to go tonight. She's like, I don't care. You should have been here this morning. Done. Boom. So they cuffed me. They walked me downstairs. I'm waiting on the holding cell. I was like, fuck. At the time, my buddy's girlfriend was talking to the clerk afterward, and she's like, you know, we didn't expect this. He definitely would not have come to court if he knew he was going to jail. He's like, no, I know. He's like, listen, just get the bond money together, and we'll, you know, you can definitely get him out now if you can do it within an hour before the fucking bus comes to pick him up to take him to the Department of Corrections.
Shit.
I'm like, so now it's a time game now, you know? And I don't know any of this.
This is
because
so
I'm
crazy
downstairs.
too, Playmakers, because $500 when you're in this position, it's the craziest thing to try to scrape up.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but like, bro, at this time too, like
it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. So, you know, I didn't know any of this. I'm sitting down in the cell. I'm like, fuck, okay. Well,
in your suit.
I'm going to be here for a little while. Yeah. Like, I'm going to go.
Was it all black? Was it black on black?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
So
you're in the presentable mode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like what was it? Like a blue pinstripe or something? I don't even remember.
He
But
might have thought it
anyway,
was
so
blue
I'm sitting there.
with his colorblind ass. Like,
Maybe, exactly.
Love it, because
So
I'm
then-
colorblind to a degree as well.
I'm down in the holding cell waiting for the bus to pick us up, and I'm down there maybe an hour and a half or something. And at 5 o'clock, that's when they come to fucking pick you guys up, take you down there. And just literally maybe, I don't know, it's at 4:50 or something in the afternoon, the guy comes over. He's like, Jemo, whatever. He's like, all right, stand up, come on. So I'm going. I'm like, all right, I think I'm going on the bus. He's like, all right, you're free. I was like, what? I walk out the fucking door, and there's my buddy's girlfriend and some of the organization, you know, were there. They're like, you got a fucking show tonight. What are you doing? Get in. Let's go.
Let's
like,
go!
So,
my God.
So that was that. Yeah. So thank you to the organization
Side
for taking
note.
care of me there. And
Side
then,
note.
you know, I went back to,
Tell
and
me
then,
about that show.
went on to the show. Had a great show.
Yes.
And that was that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Rock La Rule is rocking. Right?
Yeah.
You guys are rocking. You know what I'm saying? So now take me, because anytime you describe Rock La Rule, you always use the word semi-successful. And then, you know, because, you know, us being Sagittariuses, you know, we know we're the shit. Playmakers, I also want to preface that. We are Sagittarius brothers.
Yeah.
We know we're the shit. So when we say semi-successful, it's because we're being modest, because, you know, we're trying to be like the biggest shit ever. You know what I mean? But that's why I like to use the word popping, because when you're popping, you're popping.
That's it.
So you're popping.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
That was a lot, yeah.
So how long did Rock La Rue like last? And how many albums deep? Like, you know what I mean? Like
so we started 98, 99 maybe, I think, something like that, till like 2001, 2002 maybe.
So this is
Somewhere
even
around there.
after you had met Eddie Vedder as well, right? Like during this timeline.
At this, junction. Like a quick backstory on how we got to know Mr. Vedder. My buddy Jimmy used to take my buddy Jimmy somehow, some way, took care of his grandmother, who lived in a suburb called Skokie, Illinois, which is right by Evanston, literally on the border of Chicago, just right on the outskirts of it. So somehow he got this job, like running errands for, doing groceries and, cleaning up the house and shit. So he would walk around and he's, dusting off the table or whatever, picking up pictures. He's like, I know this fucking guy. This is Eddie Vedder.
Seen the
Why?
pictures. It's funny because those aren't rock pictures either. Those are like regular school pictures and goddamn.
Those are regular photos. Yeah, he's got his arm around grandma. I'm like, holy shit. So he's telling me this, He's like, yeah, but I can't ask her anything, So one day, and you're great with Jimmy because he never asked, Grandma Vedder, hey, can I meet your guy?
Yeah, because that is
grandson or whatever.
Where I'm from. That's called hoe shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ain't on no hoe shit.
One day, I guess Eddie Vedder stopped by to visit Grandma, and lo and behold, Jimmy's there, and Eddie was just amazed with Jimmy. He's like, hey, you're the kid that's been taking care of my grandma, right? He's like,
that's
yeah, I'm Jimmy. Amazing. He's like, I'm Ed. And fucking ever since then, he's like, whatever you need, you let me know. He's like, tickets,
because
whatever.
He's taking care of Graham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they got to be really, really good friends.
Cool.
We've been to countless fucking Pearl Jam shows all over the fucking U.S.
Damn.
Man.
So you actually, you go from the VHSs. You go from the VHSs studying this to actually studying him live.
Right. And there's another funny story where I don't know whenever you want to get into it, but
get into it right now
because fight. So one day we went to Seattle and we took a Greyhound bus there.
Shout out to Greyhound, give me money.
Greyhound, yeah. And it took us 2 days to get there from Chicago to Seattle. It's Greyhound. It was honestly probably the most funnest experiences I ever had in my life. Would I do it again? Never.
Hey, side note, Playmakers. Side note. I used to take the Greyhound to go up and down from San Jose, California to LA, because we were chasing record deals, right? And it would be me and a bunch of my associates. You know what I mean? And a lot of them wouldn't even be aspiring artists. They were just my guys, my goons. You know what I mean? And we would have everything as far as straps, fucking work. You know what I mean? Hey, and you know what I mean? Work, Playmakers. If you know, you know. And we had everything, and we would just be right under their nose, right in this goddamn Greyhound, and going up and down Cali. And no searches, nothing. This is post 9/11 even, because what you're talking about is pre 9/11 even. You know what I mean? And because we couldn't do this on a plane, obviously, so we were just Greyhound, give me money. Okay, continue.
So we met some interesting characters on the Greyhound, to say the least. So we got to Seattle finally, and we check into the hotel and whatnot. So we go down to, I can't, it's an outdoor venue. I don't even know the name of it. I think I posted it somewhere on one of the social medias not so long ago about my favorite concert, which that technically was one of my favorite concerts. So we get to the venue, and I mean, Pearl Jam's huge at this time. Fucking, they're sold out, whatever. I forget who fucking opened up.
Side note, did you tie a flannel around your waist like Eddie Vedder?
No. Never.
Okay, because I sure
did. In my life, I think I ever wore a flannel. Yeah. Okay. I don't think
continue,
the flannels weren't my thing. Yeah.
That was my thing as a kid because of Eddie Vedder.
That's crazy. So we get to the box office at Will Call, expecting to get 3 tickets, 3 passes for the show, backstage passes. They give us 2, and we're like, fuck.
Son of a bitch.
I'm like, all right, listen, I'm like, Jimmy, you know him. Why don't you just go with Michelle and then fucking,
you go inside
whatever.
And you make the call, right. Jimmy.
Try to grab a ticket, whatever you can do. If not, just call me and let me know, and I'll just buy a scalp a ticket. I didn't fucking come all the way from Chicago 2 days on Greyhound
for 2 days
to sit
for
outside
sure.
the fucking venue.
Greyhound, give me money.
Doesn't matter, So about a half hour goes by. I'm like, what the fuck? Where is this guy? So at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to buy a ticket off somebody, you know? So I'm asking people left and right. Jimmy comes out with this gigantic security guard. And he's like, let's go.
Yes, Jimmy.
Like, all right, cool. Mm-hmm.
Graham.
He
was essentially
on my chest.
He was essentially the other grandson.
He was, yeah.
That's
so
so
he's telling
awesome.
me the story as we're walking into the venue, and he's taking me up backstage and stuff. He's like, dude, Eddie Vedder wanted to come out and fucking grab you. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, I told him we missed a ticket, you know?
And this was, Playmakers, this is life after the first time Jemo met Eddie Vedder. Because I know you have told this story several times on your show, on the Jemo The Icon show on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? No shameless plug. But I will say this because I shout out to Philip too, and we will get to him too eventually. But Philip, you know, he'll bust your balls. How many times are you gonna tell the story? You know what I mean? Because the first time you met Eddie Vedder, you know what I mean? It was on some circumstance that was some family shit. You know, I think somebody had passed in their family.
Right? Exactly.
So
this was like
he had shunned you.
Inn hotel or something.
Yeah, he had shunned you away initially, and then like the Icon would do, he was like, man, fuck this guy. And then Eddie Vedder had noticed that, and then made a point to go and make it right with the young Icon. He was like, bro, I'm sorry.
And he did.
I'm sorry. You know, I was talking to some family members. You walked up. I already knew we had connected eyes. I knew you were going to come to me. I'm a rock star, but I was like, hold on, wait a second. And I shunned you away. And then, you know what I'm saying? But then as a weak tyke, you're like, God damn it, this is one of my heroes. What the fuck?
Exactly.
And then he made sure he made sure that you knew why he was one of your heroes. He was like, listen, nah, my bad, bro. Listen. So that's why he was willing to come out to get you. You know what I mean?
I guess so, man. I guess so. He was such a down-to-earth guy, that whole group, you know. So we're backstage finally. Everybody who's anybody is backstage now. And usually, like at Pearl Jam shows, or any shows for that matter, if you're backstage, you're literally like backstage or downstairs or something. At this particular venue, because they were huge, you know, that's their hometown technically, they had this enormous fucking backstage area behind in the start of the venue, like right when you walk in, but we're up at like the second or third level or something.
So there's an exclusive.
Yeah, so then, you know, when you're looking out at the show, you're not looking from the side. You're looking dead at them, but like with a sea of people first, and then you see them, you know, then it's them. So it was really cool. Yeah. So they had 2 bars there, you know, so everybody who's anybody's up there. I'm like, fuck this, I am staying up here the whole fucking time.
For sure.
Just fine. So, you know, Jimmy and the other girl watched the show. I went down for a little bit, kind of mingled, and then went back upstairs.
And you were getting turned up, huh?
I was fucked up.
Yeah!
They cut me off at one bar. They're like, man, you've had 2 bars.
But hey, there was 2 bars.
That's right. So, I start making my way to the other bar. And then sure enough, you know, hours later, I'm still getting fed by this bartender.
Yes!
That bartender then cuts me off. I'm like, mother.
Bro, you're such a Sagittarius. I've been cut off several bars myself.
Yeah, so we're this is a little bit after the show and stuff, and we're all sitting around. Anybody's back there, like Kim Styles walking around, fucking Chris Novoselic passed by me. I'm like, holy shit, man. And in my mind, I am f***ed up. So this girl that we were with had this huge crush on Stone Gossard. She's like, Jemo, can you please talk to him for me? You know? She's like, you're good at that stuff.
Bitch, I got you.
I'm like, yeah, no problem. So, you know, and he's literally like, you know, if you're like waiting in line for, you know, to check out or something.
Yeah.
At like convenience store, he's literally that close to me, behind me. I'm like, hey, Stone. And, you know, there's a lot of people talking. You can't, it's a little bit loud. And I keep saying it louder and louder. Hey, Stone, you son of a bitch. And he turns around and pushes me. He's like, what's your fucking deal, man? I was like, this motherfucker. So I'm going after him now. And all security and everybody's breaking this up. We get kicked out. Jimmy's like, what the fuck did you do? That guy. And yeah, that was, I think, probably one of the last Pearl Jam concerts I ever went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, bro. That's so rock star. That's so punk rock.
That was fun. I think Hanson was playing like at the Key Arena or something that same night.
Hanson, as in like Bop?
Bop, yeah. It's hilarious. But yeah, that was definitely a good time. Definitely a good time. Jimmy still kept in touch with Mr. Veteran and stuff, and they're still good buddies.
Shout out to Jimmy, man.
Yeah, and Jimmy's making it for himself now, actually. Jimmy's doing well. He's doing well.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
hey, you know what? Hold on. I'm curious. When is Eddie Vedder's birthday?
I think it's the day before Christmas.
December 23rd, 1960.
Oh my God, December 23rd. So
I think so, yeah.
December 23rd, so he just missed the cusp of Sagittarius.
He did, yeah.
He's damn
like,
near a Sagittarius. We're giving it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He basically is, yeah. So, yeah, that was that story with the whole Pearl Jam thing. So that was a lot of fun, yeah.
So, okay. So now I know I veered us off because I love that story.
Yeah, no, all good, sir.
So how many albums was the Rockler?
We put one. Well, no, I'm sorry. We put a cassette demo tape out.
That counts.
And I think my mom sent that to me recently, so I have it somewhere upstairs. Yeah.
Oh my God, we need to digitally record that and get it remastered.
I'm curious to see how that sounds. It's probably really bad, but
oh my God, it's gonna be fun trying to find a cassette player even.
I know, man. I'm not sure once the secondhand stores open back up.
Hey, as soon as you find a cassette player, you have to find one. Yeah. You have to find one that records also, so you can get fresh cassette tapes, so you can have copies in case the first original copy goes to shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, you have to premeditate this thing.
Definitely.
Okay, continue.
So we have that. I think we did a couple of demo tapes. I don't know how many or whatever, but I know I have one. We put out like a EP CD, like a 4-song thing or something like that. So it really wasn't a record. We put out one official record, which was horrible. It was so bad.
Wait, hold on. Bad as in quality, or bad as in to your standards?
It was probably, I'd say maybe the second or third worst record that I've ever listened to.
Okay.
Continue. And us being Sagittarius people, we're very critical.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
why I'm asking.
So I think this was, I don't know, when did fucking Radiohead Kid A come out? Whatever year that was, I don't know. Or maybe I was just really into Radiohead or something. So anyway, we recorded it with Edgar's at Blue Room Studios in Chicago.
Shout out to Edgar's.
Yeah, and he was a great fucking producer. We also recorded with this guy Mouse at Real Sounds in Skokie too. He was fucking awesome. His EP was great. Edgar's I Love You, but the Ruckler record sucked. Sorry. So anyway,
let me help you out.
It has no windows. Edgar's lived there. That was his house, So we'd go there a lot, and when we finished recording it, I kind of helped him produce the record, and I was there.
Of course, because we're hands-on.
Right. I was there every fucking day, but the amount of drugs that were circulating while we were producing and mixing this record.
I can't lie. I love drugs. Especially in my youth. Drugs are all bad, Playmakers.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Drugs are bad to be addicted to. Let's be clear.
It was bad. It was
you know what? I'm actually feeling that perk right now.
Oh, there you go, sir.
Yes, but you know what, though? I'm in some pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, I sounded like a drug addict right there. Listen, I'm in some pain. You know what I mean? But I had to get on the Icon's level because Icon actually had some actual work done. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No pain right now. I'm feeling great, man. Thank you.
I feel great that I'm with the Icon even. You know what I mean?
So we're in here in the studio, and it's just fucking so dark and dreary, and I'm all drugged out and whatever. And he would play this, and I'm like, no, change this, and we're tweaking everything to and we shouldn't have touched anything. We should have just left it alone. And we pressed it.
Well, you know how that happens, right?
Mm.
Well, when you're hella high, right?
Yeah.
When you're hella high, and you get nitpicky.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
exactly.
Here's the thing, over the years, I developed this routine. I would lay things down, lay it down in the studio.
Yeah.
And then we do our makeshift, mixes. And then we just listen to it and we whore it to our ears. We whore it. Because and then anyone I want to do anything, I'm like, no, I'd slap their hand. I would slap their hand. No. Because we're gonna wait till we wake up in the morning or we return back.
Exactly.
Because then we could be like, oh my God. And during this time too, during the days you're talking about too, we're talking about reels. We're talking about tape.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you can't really go backwards.
I have the ADAT tapes from.
Oh my God!
There's 4 of them.
Exactly.
I have the 4 ADAT tapes, and I need to find someone who has an ADAT player
like
so I can go back.
8 inches even? Like 8-inch reels?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then so I need to find somebody because I want to remix this whole fucking record one day.
Bro, you know what you gotta do? Is go find something that will play it. And then and then make sure it has like some kind of RCA or something that you could plug into a goddamn something digital.
Yeah,
and then
I'm sure I can
we'll
find
run it into
something
Pro Tools. Matter of fact, your son, I know your son's been dabbling in digital, arts.
Yeah.
He, bro, he would even be able to mix it these days.
He probably would, man. He probably
for
would,
real,
yeah.
bro. Those kids, they pick up everything these days. Like, and because we were dealing with all kind of nooks and crannies and fucking and peaks and valleys when it came to recording music.
Yeah.
Like, we had to do it the hard way, expensive. Like, it was the hardware way.
Yep. Exactly, man.
Okay,
exactly. That was it.
So you didn't like the mix on this album?
I hated it. We pressed it. We made fucking however many copies of it, and selling it at our shows. And our live shows were great. I'll toot my own horn.
Of course they are.
We were a badass live
That's
band,
when the drugs come into play. Like, bro, then, we're rocking.
But then you come to one of our shows and you buy one of the CDs and you leave and you put the CD player in your car and you play it. It was fucking atrocious, man.
But they were so what's the word I'm looking for? They were so like blown away by the performance that they was like, I'm buying this album.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for everybody who bought one. It was bad.
Bro, it might be even great. It's just that to our standards.
Yeah, honestly, there was a couple of good, decent tracks on there. They were okay, but nonetheless, we just had one record. Though. Yeah, live parts were the funnest parts.
Man. I've seen some of your live shows, man.
They were, man. It was a lot of fun. I definitely miss those days.
You know what, too? Eventually, right? You know what I'm saying? Because eventually we're gonna come to an intermission. And I want you to pull up one of your joints, man, so I can take a piss. Eventually, I'm good right now. I want you to pull up one of your Vimo joints and then just play it. Like, you know what I mean? Even if it, as much as you don't think it will serve justice, it'll be along the same lines of the goddamn your album, right? Like,
I guess so.
What's the difference, right?
How do I do that?
You would just play it on. Oh, you're right, huh? You're right. You would need a third-party phone. Oh, you can send it to me. Yeah. Okay. But you know what? Yeah, send it to me, and then we'll eventually do that. But continue.
Yeah. So that was just one record. That was it, man. That was it. Unfortunately, we just did one record because we had to. We kind of disbanded a little bit after that, I guess. Manager passed away. God rest his soul. He was a storm chaser.
Rest in peace, bro.
Fabian.
That's right. You told me he was the legit storm chaser.
Yeah.
Like, we are all dream chasers, but this guy was legit chasing storms.
Yeah.
Like tornadoes type of shit, right?
Yep. Yeah. So all of the bands that he worked with, and this was, I forgot what year it was. We were actually, the band was supposed to reunite for this benefit concert for him because, he left behind his wife and 2 kids and everything. And it was over at the Double Door in Chicago. So we all kind of agreed, Jimmy was going to fly out from New York to do it. We got, we found Bill and then Mike or whoever was going to play the bass. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, we should maybe rehearse one time, but if not, we can't do it. We can't do it. Let's just go with it,
So you went with the approach that, like, if we're not all together, then it's all done.
Yeah, exactly. So
I respect that, bro.
Last minute, like, Jimmy could not fly out from New York to Chicago to do the show, so we had to pull out of our reunion show for Fabian's benefit concert for his family and everything. So I felt terrible because I was somewhat kind of the orchestrator of it, but not really. So I talked to the other band guys too, and I let them know, hey, we can't play the show. They're like, all right, well, you just fucking host it then. I was like, what? Like, yeah, everybody lets you do it. All right, great. So we ended up, I ended up hosting the show, introducing the bands and stuff.
This is actually phenomenal.
Cool. It was a lot of fun. It went to a great cause to kind of help his family out.
But also low key, this is kind of a precursor to your hosting chops.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. And like, funny thing, like Jimmy actually reached out to Eddie's personal assistant at the time. I forget her name, but she sent something down for us, like this autographed Pearl Jam poster. So if anybody's like a Pearl Jam poster collector, they're really fucking good and really cool looking, and it's not like shitty poster paper. Like, they go for a lot of money too.
Yeah.
So she sent one of these out, autographed by the band, so we can auction off at the benefit concert. There were guitars, a bunch of other shit too. So it was really, really nice of them to do, and it was a good time. It was a good time for a great.
I love that. I love that. Okay, look, how about this? I love that one of your heroes is almost directly responsible for your career. Like, yeah, man. And then at the same time too, because in my life, rest in peace to the Jacka. The Jacka's a rapper that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? He's from the Bay Area. You know what I mean? He got slain in the streets. But it was crazy because before he died, like, he was like, before he died, like 9 years before he died, I was working with him. And then, like, we would just do shows all the time. I just call him up, because he was a big name. Right. And I just loved being the opening act. Because, I'm throwing the venues, so we're going to make bread. And we'll pay him. Right. And then we're just always eating. And then it became a thing, like, it would just be like, then all of a sudden, like, the year he died, he's working in my studio, like, in my hood even. You know what I mean? In my home studio. Like, just, not my home studio. I say home as in, like, the studio that I, house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not actually at my home. You know what I mean? And it was just crazy. When he got killed, it was just like, damn, like, and then now, when I'm I'm looking at our two different lives, it's kind of crazy, man. Like, it's cool when, like, there's someone that, like, you look up to and they look towards us like, we're not less than them. You know what I mean? Right. Exactly. Yeah. Like, that's fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
And it goes such a long way, especially, with even like the Sam Roberts band, who are fucking huge out in Canada. Not so much here in the States, hopefully one day, but, those are the most down to earth guys too. It's really cool that there's still people out there like that, and they don't let the stardom get to their head. You know?
Here goes a quick little skew, right? Are you aware of Nardwuar?
Oh yeah, dude.
He's awesome, right?
How in the world does he get so much information?
I mean, you know what? Well, first of all, I have this theory that he's not one. I have this theory that he's like a sextuplet. There's 6 of them, right? And they're just everywhere.
I'm sure he's got a team for sure.
Yes. Yeah. No, like 6 of him.
It's crazy how he gets like that really deep.
Even have you seen his interview with Kurt Cobain? Even.
Yes.
Like, bro, he's been doing his things since. Bro, he's amazing. Yeah. We won't spend too much time on him. I'm glad you're aware of him.
But I love him.
Nardwuar. Shout out to Nardwuar.
Shout out to Nardwuar.
I'm about to reach out to him. We should reach out to him.
We definitely should, man.
I bet he'll fuck with us, especially in this day and age.
Oh, for sure.
Because too many people ain't trying to interview him. You know what's crazy too is like he the fact when he interviews people, he has this. Hold on real quick. Yeah. Hey Siri, when is Nardwuar's birthday?
I found this on.
Oh no.
I looked at it. It was like no. It was like it had nothing to do with it. No, because he sounds like a Sagittarius for real.
He might. Yeah, and he's always got cool ass gifts.
Yes.
Yeah, which is like, but the old gifts, like he would, if he'd interview like me or you,
he would have your fucking your 8-reel, your 8-inch reel.
Might, yeah.
He'd
somehow,
like,
some way.
Here, right here.
Yeah.
Is an 8-inch reel. Rock LaRue. From 2001, 1998, circa, like, bro, it's so crazy. He's like the CIA, goddammit.
Yeah, man.
I almost want to stay away from him.
I think a lot of people still do. Hey, do you watch? I'm sorry to get off topic. Do you watch Vlad though? Vlad TV.
I love Vlad.
I love Vlad too, but I think
he's another one of those guys too that like people are like, yo, he's the feds, he's the D's.
Right, exactly.
But you know what though? He's just, and you know what though? I love Vlad. I love Vlad. I don't give a fuck about what people say, because you know what? Those people are fucking themselves up when they come on to his show.
Yeah, I mean, he's just asking questions. They're answering. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's your fellow Eastern European too. I love Vlad, bro.
I did not think he had that look. I thought he had a completely opposite look.
He's a Russian Jew.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's Jewish, but from Russia.
Wow.
Straight up. That's why he's Vlad. That's why his name is Vlad. He was born. You know what's dope is side note. He was born in Russia. He's Jewish. They went to New York. By the time he went to college, he moved to the Bay Area. He went to Berkeley, and he became a DJ. He was killing it in the DJ game. Worked with like Eminem and just all the names, bro. Like just he's incredible, bro. Like he's a guy who was pushing a boulder uphill. That's why, like, I don't give a fuck what people say about him, because at the end of the day, it's like people, they want to get on. You know what I do? I love to talk about my past. As long as there's statute of limitation. Right. You know what I mean? Right. No, for real. Yeah. Because it's like, I want to speak my truth as long as there's statute of limitation. Exactly. I'm not a dumbass. A lot of these youngsters are going Vlad and be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? I'm in the trap. You know what I mean? I got my deal, but I still got to do this thing. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, stupid. Then they get in trouble. And then they be like, Vlad's a police.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Fucking retarded.
Crazy. But I love what he does, though. I love it.
I love him, dog. I love that you're aware of Vlad, too. Shout out to Vlad TV.
Vlad TV.
Yeah, man. Okay, so now, tell me about Philip, man. Because I know Philip was from the same scene as you. And I know, like...
Yeah, Philip was more punk rock. Way more underground. Way more underground, yeah, definitely. So Philip,
actually, hold on. Can you send me something?
Yes, from Philip?
Yeah, before we get to Philip, actually. Can you send me something? I'm going to go take a piss, but while I play something on... Send me something on the Vimeo.
Okay, hold on. How do I... Let me see. Do you want me to email it to you? Text it?
No, just text it to me. We have shoot me a link, because we both have iPhones, so you could just shoot it to me. You know what I mean? Because I want to rock something. If not, because my phone is actually geek mode. If not, I'll rock something that I laid down the other day. You know what I mean?
Sure. Let me just...
Hey, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Bogard, she just entered the studio. Say hello.
Mrs. Bogard.
Say hello. It's the Jemo The Icon.
Hi, Jemo.
How are you, man?
Yes.
Good to hear you.
Grab a view.
Hopefully you're staying safe.
Tell them how good I am, babe.
You're great.
Yeah, you heard it first. She came into the garage, to grab something. I'm like, at first, my initial reaction is like, shh. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. Maybe.
It's okay.
No, because, she be trying to be in the cut, and she doesn't understand, like, how intricate she is in my story. You know what I mean? And, I mean, you know what? And check this out, Playmakers. You need to subscribe on YouTube to Jemo The Icon. And selfishly, so you could check out the episode that he featured me on. And I was definitely on mushrooms like a motherfucker. And I got to tell my story. And my girl is an intricate part. Yes. You sending it?
There he is. Sorry, I lost you there for a second.
Oh, I was cutting out.
Yeah, but you're back. There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't move nowhere. I'm right here for you. No, I was going to say, everybody, subscribe to Jemo The Icon show on YouTube and check out check out the episode that he featured me on. Ooh, I got it right there. Check out the episode he featured me on, because you know what, Playmakers, I was definitely on a gang of mushrooms, but I was able to tell my story. You know what I mean? I was able to tell my story, and my lady's an intricate part of my story. Okay, hold on. We're going to rock this one time.
Hold on, Bogard. I think that's something you probably have to watch, though, because I don't know where the songs start. That's like a little...
Well, you know what? We're going to let it... Okay, you know what? We'll play it right now, then. How about that?
No. Let's play your stuff. Play your stuff.
Huh?
Play your stuff, because it's like kind of like a movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put it in the description, then. How about that?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, well, you know what? Though? How about this? Considering the times that we're living in, the shitty times we're living in right now.
Yeah.
With the injustice, I'm going to go ahead and play a joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play a joint where I'm using my voice, you know what I'm saying, as a minority. For all my black brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? We're going to go ahead and rock this joint one time.
There we go.
I'm going to take a piss, Jemo.
Sounds good, sir.
We try and eat, they prevent us from chowing down. Freedom of speech, fuck is that about when they never hear us speak? Though we scream out loud, for crying out loud, they want us silent and quiet. Break us down, we get up, call us victims of society. We sell drugs, so they label us thugs, killing each other all along. We've been fighting the wrong rivalry. Message gets distorted when they pigeonhole us and force us to riot. Now they can't silence the violence. All you smell is tear gas, hear shots and silence. Smoke clear, all you see is sons dying, mothers crying. Hell on earth, we all in the pot frying. We draw the line, which side do you align with? The disenfranchised, living in the last times. Long as our message heard, then we truly can't die. Devils try to infiltrate us, sending instigators. Pull up to the protest, piles of bricks waiting. Trying to build community like bricklayers. Bullshit democracy, president dictating. We impatient, ain't waiting for change. They trying to segregate us, put us in our place. Discrimination, try to keep us in chains. Yelling all lives matter, but that shit ain't the same. You sound stupid as fuck and only throwing fuel on the flames. Do you know what that does? It sets the world ablaze. Hear our voices, make the right choices.
Make the right choices, people. You hear us, America? We're working against y'all. Hey. You feel me? Just a little, you know what I'm saying? I love it.
That was awesome, dude.
I love it when I make music, man, because you know everything's it's an art. It's like if there was a museum, right? If there was a museum, how about this? I always looked at my music that like if I died, could my children listen to my music and like know me? Because you know, like I said, I have 3 children, right?
Right.
And like, you know, I have a 12-year-old now where she's very aware, but you know, this was the mindset I was in when my kids were really young. Like, yo, if I die, they don't know me. Like, so I started looking at my music like I need to have certain joints where like they could like listen to it and be like, oh my god, that's my dad. Because if not, they would like, you know, it would be all a bunch of ratchet dope dealer music. You know what I mean? And like, you know what I mean? So I always just had to have some conscious shit. Like, yo, I need to really speak to them. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. Yeah.
Know that their pops was like really not a dumbass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Okay, so now we're back. We're back. Hell of a piss I took. Okay.
There you go.
Woo! Pour it up. Woo! What you drinking on? You still on the mimosas?
No. I'm drinking water now.
Okay, great. Yes. Well, because you need to drink water when you're on them. You know, when you're on them painkillers
on the meds. Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, especially when you drink some champagne. Even you know what I mean? Like.
Indeed, sir. Indeed.
Oh yeah, because you know what I'm saying. You know what champagne does? Champagne, it actually dehydrates faster than like other liquor. I mean, mind you, Playmakers, don't Google that because I might be wrong, but it's an urban myth. You know what I mean? Because
urban myth.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So Philip.
Yes.
P Stone. Philip Stone.
Stone. Philip T. Stone. So I met Philip at another job at another hotel, a bellman job in downtown Chicago in 2003, August of 2003. Yeah, that's what it was exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys are on the 17th anniversary too coming up.
Something like that, yeah.
Love
crazy.
it.
So Philip was the one who kind of actually like trained me, but you don't really train a bellman. You lift luggage and that's it.
Yeah. Quote unquote.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I've been around here. I've been around the block, kid.
Right.
Yeah.
So Philip was in a band with his wife, and they were really cool. I went out to a bunch of their shows.
His wife till his day.
What's that?
His wife till his day?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So their band is.
I envy him in that sense. That's cool.
Oh, he's great. Yeah. So Sanwon, I guess in Korean means fierce. SANWON. Yeah.
Sanwon.
So, Sanwon. Yeah. So yeah, really cool band and stuff, and it was nice. I went out to a few shows, caught them, and wife is amazing, super cool lady, and then
was she a Korean?
What she is, yeah.
Awesome. You know what's funny is like my Jedi mind, it was tingling. It was like,
yeah,
she's definitely there's nothing. You don't just have the name. You know what I mean? That's awesome. It. Okay, continue. Continue.
So then, I don't know. Philip and I were kind of brainstorming on we'd always. Philip actually has a YouTube page, and if I find it, I will send it to you because we.
So this is back then.
This is back then, yeah. I think YouTube just first started kind of doing stuff or whatever. So we worked with this guy named Hector, who was on one of my earlier Icon shows.
Oh my God, I know who you're talking about. I've seen that episode.
Yeah. So if you Google,
I'm such a fan. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Great.
Shout out to Eggers. Shout out to Hector.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know everything, man. Maybe you're glad.
You know what though? Okay, hold on. Let's put a pause on this real quick. Check this out. My favorite in the game. This is why I love your man Tyler, because he loves Batman.
Yeah.
And you know what I am? You know what Batman is? One of the greatest detectives in the game.
That he is.
Right?
That he is.
So being with my with my history as a dope dealer, like remember when I told you when I was a child, I wanted to be a rock star, pro wrestler, all that shit, rapper,
yeah.
Right? I also wanted to be Batman. You know what I mean? I also wanted to be a forensic scientist. Like I wanted to be it all, right? But I say this to say, I eventually became a dope dealer. None of those things I wanted to do.
Yeah. Hey.
And what is a dope dealer? He's a motherfucker that needs to evade everything.
Right.
So I have to think like a detective. You know what I mean? So that's why like my research is impeccable. That's why like my my footsteps that I cover are impeccable. That's why I can recognize things before they happen. You know what I mean? That's what actually makes me a great fantasy analyst in that sense. You know what I mean?
And you do a fine job with that too. So
thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yes, Playmakers, those days are over as far as like the dope dealership.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
just want to preface that. Because I love statute of limitation. I could just talk about shit. Scot-free.
That's right.
Pum.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
All right. So where was I? So
Philip in the band.
That's right. Yeah. So Philip was in a band, blah blah. And then we're kind of throwing around ideas and stuff. And he put together. Oh, Hector. That's it.
Yeah,
so
Hector.
Put together this Ask Hector videos. And they're quite funny, so I'll have to send you the link to it.
Yes, please do.
And that's just yes, I'll send you that. So that kind of sparked the idea. I'm sorry, I'm stoned. So
no, don't apologize. I'm getting stoned right now as we speak. I just lit up. I rolled up a sloppy ass joint, like a lazy half joint, like I didn't have time.
It'll still work. So the Ask Hector videos were actually incorporated into Donkey Punch Radio later on. I completely forgot about that. So anyway,
no, this is how I'm segueing.
Right.
Yeah.
So Philip and I were throwing around ideas. We're like, we should probably start like a radio show. So even before that, I was working with Hostage Radio with my man Billy. Jimmy's brother, actually.
Hell of a name,
yeah.
but wouldn't fly these days.
Yeah, that's
In,
for sure.
in
Yeah,
these days,
yeah.
in PC
Yeah,
Maker.
yeah,
But
it would
continue,
not.
continue.
It would not. So I worked with Billy for a year or so, and I invited Philip and his wife Jenny onto the show to kind of help promote their band, and that's how we kind of started Donkey Punch a little bit. I stopped doing hostage radio, and I was talking to Philip, and I'm like, listen, man, let's just do something. So we're, throwing around names and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck it. He said, let's call it Donkey Punch. I, at the time, did not know what a Donkey Punch was.
I don't know what that is. Pray tell.
Oh, okay. So,
mind you,
Punch.
I was in a rap duo at one point called the Donkey Squad. But you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
but it was just a funny name. But yes.
A Donkey Punch, and you can Google this later, possibly look at images or whatever. A Donkey Punch is when, you're hitting it from the back, so to say. Okay?
Okay.
And
he said, so to say, yes, you hit. We're pounding it from the back.
With your closed fist, you punch
in the butthole.
No.
Oh no, in the back of the head.
Yeah, just as
Bam.
You're finishing up, so to say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell
I've
of a
never
maneuver.
tried this. Because I think that if I hit somebody in the head, I might knock them out, or they might turn around and lock me up. I don't know. While I'm doing, performing.
Yes. While we're on stage.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, but so to speak.
That's what. That's what a Donkey Punch is. Yeah,
nice. Look at fucking Agent Smith.
Yeah, look at that.
And Playmakers, you guys are aware that I'm always promoting the Jemo The Icon show. This is one half of the Icon show. Our man Philip Stone, and bro, look at Philip Stone. I didn't know he had that side in him.
Oh, Philip's he's very.
Because he's the guy who wants Oprah. He wants Oprah to have a conversation, let alone that he used to be donkey punching broads out here.
He's a dark
He's grown.
character,
He's grown up.
Yeah, he definitely has. So we started Donkey Punch Radio up, and it was kind of it was so hard because there was a lot of work into it, and Philip did maybe 98% of the work to our website and uploading the shows and everything like that. And Philip would always come over to my house or vice versa, or I go over to his place. But after nights of partying or whatever, and we set up a time for Philip to come over, there's been probably over 50 times where Philip sat and waited for me to wake up, at my doorstep to do the show. And I don't know why he's still friends with me, or why. I mean, he was pissed off about it, but
he probably took a bunch of pictures of you when you were passed out.
Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, but awesome. he was a trooper. He stayed and waited, and we got it done. So that ran its course. It was a lot of fun, and we, that was kind of like the first internet radio kind of thing where. Before podcasts were podcasts,
Yeah, just shooting the shit and talking about whatever you want to talk about.
That's it. And, we would be able to play whatever songs we would, too, because that's, it was just internet radio at the time. Again, no podcasting or anything.
Awesome.
And no, copyright bullshit or whatever. We didn't care about that.
So you had it all set up then, as far as server and everything.
Yeah, the whole thing.
That's fucking phenomenal because, that was half the battle. I was not even half the battle. That was all the battle.
Right. Exactly. So and Philip put
because the schematics,
a lot of work into
it. Am I saying that right? The schematics. The schematics of everything was just so fucking difficult. For anyone.
It was.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, even just to upload a show, it took hours, man. It's fuck.
Yeah, and then you had to have cable internet back then.
Exactly. You had dial up, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, fucking crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I mean, I hate to be stereotypical, but he was with an Asian, so she was like, "This is what you got to do."
This is true.
They're very innovative and everything. Listen, I'm Filipino. I grew up with several Asians. I know this. I knew all the servers. My best friend in the world, he was one of the largest servers in Northern America.
Wow.
As far as pirated music, what's the guy's name? The rock star. the lead singer of Metallica.
Oh, the
Lars.
Napster.
Lars. What's his name?
Oh, James Hetfield and Lars.
Lars,
the
yeah,
drummer.
Bro.
Yeah,
Hetfield, bro. Hetfield and Lars hated people like my best friend.
Exactly.
Because they were my best friend was spearheading everything. Like he was hooked up with guys from Canada. Like they were the leading guys. Like they rivaled Napster. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, bro. Like I had everything. I bet you I would have had Rock LaRue shit somewhere in the word world. I swear to God, for sure.
No shit.
Yeah,
but that was a cool part of it though, because I mean you would never hear of some of these bands now, without that.
Damn, so you guys were just showcasing like bands even.
Yeah, we didn't give a shit, and we never really got in trouble for it. So, yeah, and then that was, I honestly don't know, or don't remember why we stopped. I think
how long did it last?
We lasted a good, 3 years maybe? 4? I don't know.
Anything over a year is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
To be honest.
We did that for, multiple years. It was a lot
because
of fun.
that was the ultimate precursor to our next juncture.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
To our next juncture.
Yeah.
The Jemo The Icon show.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's currently the baby of the group right now.
Before we get to that, right? I want to jump back because that will close up the show. Before we get to that, I do want to touch on some wrestling isms.
Oh yes, let's.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So let's just jump back real quick in the timeline. When you were a wee tyke, because wrestling is a real big part of our life, and still to yours till this day.
Definitely.
I know I've told you that my children have got the wrestling isms for myself as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and even with your sons, and you've even taken the WrestleManias and etc. Like it's fucking dope. So I'm gonna do some rapid fire shit.
Okay.
When you were a wee type, what was the wrestler that got you into it? Who was your guy?
Oh, Hulk Hogan.
Woo!
It had to be.
Take your vitamins. Say your prayers at night. Yeah. Hulkamania. What you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you?
I don't know who. Because Hulk Hogan put wrestling on the map, and as we were kids, and Hulk Hogan was this life-size fucking superhero guy.
Oh yeah,
the all-American guy, and then
don't when the sun goes down and it hurts inside.
Oh, when you heard that, you hear that, the fucking crowd erupts, man, for sure. And he was your superhero, because back then nobody liked the heels, the bad guys.
Yeah,
nobody did. Now in this day and age, everybody you love the heel and you hate the baby face.
Yeah,
kinda.
but okay, now we're on the topic, right? So So when you that was your guy in the '80s, essentially, right?
Right.
What other honorable mentions you got?
Oh, I lost you there.
Well, we're talking.
Sorry, 80s. I lost you there, buddy.
Oh, so what other honorable mentions? Now we're talking '80s because we're talking about Hulk Hogan. What other honorable mentions you got?
Oh yeah,
from the '80s.
You definitely have to put Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Randy
Ricky Steamboat. Oh my God, you're my brother.
Steamboat.
You're my brother. Oh my God. You know what's funny? I could rival that.
Wrestler.
I could rival that. Macho Man Randy Savage, because they have. Because when I didn't see these matches until I got the VHSs when I was in the 90s as a kid. I used to ride my bike. I used to go to the video store. I'd rent these old school joints. Yeah. And I remember Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat in that WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and it was
which was it WrestleMania 3?
I mean, they had a whole series, bro. Like, it wasn't the first time.
Yeah, but
they always pinned them against each other. But yes, it was one of those ones. I mean, bro, I can't remember specifically. I may or may have not have overindulged. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's like one of the greatest wrestling matches still to this day.
It was WrestleMania, bro.
I think one of one of the first WrestleMania matches. Yeah. And then Steamboat ran a program with Ric Flair too. I think back in the WCW days. Yeah,
man.
Shout out to Ric Flair.
Yeah, shout out to Ric Flair.
And once I got, what was it? WCW started coming around a little bit. Yeah, that intrigued me. I'm like, ooh, this is something new. Who's this fucking Ric Flair guy?
Yeah, man.
So that was really cool.
Who's this platinum blonde? And he's a Jewish guy. He's an adopted guy. He's Jewish.
Right, exactly.
But he grew up in the South, and it's just so that's why he got the dark eyebrows with the platinum blonde hair. You know what I mean? And bro, he was incredible. Very.
Did you know? So his daughter Charlotte.
Yeah. She's popping.
She's
one of my daughter's favorite wrestlers. Great.
Yeah, who she's dating in real life is that other wrestler, Adande.
No way.
I think they're engaged or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Is he okay? Is he good at all?
He's all right. He's more like a top.
So he's trying to marry into this joint.
Maybe. I mean, he's good. He's all right.
I'm hating on him because I don't
probably
know.
Yeah. He held the U.S. title, I think, a few times and stuff. Never the top one, but he's all right. He's all right.
Okay. So let's any other honorable mentions from the '80s? I got a few.
Shit, Hillbilly Jim. I can't forget him because I remember
he
was one of my first. Long John Studd or Big John Studd.
You know what's one of mine? The original Demolition, and the original Legion of Doom. Back when they had the 3-man tag, it wasn't tag team championships. They also had the 3-man tag champs. You know what I mean? We're talking NWA shit.
Did.
Yeah, man. I want to say, damn, I can't. Oh, I'm so drunk. I can't remember. And you know what? I've only took 4 shots and drank 3 beers.
Wow.
But this perk is fucking phenomenal right now. Hell of a call.
There you go.
So glad. I'm about to get some dental work tomorrow, bro. You know what I mean? No, but I'm just saying,
I get it, man.
There's another guy. There's another phenomenal single wrestler that came up from one of those. He was the third party. Was it Sting? Damn, I might be wrong on this. There was a third party in the original Demolition.
So there was Axe Smash and Crush.
Yeah, and there was the third guy.
Yeah, those 3. Axe Smash.
Oh, Axe Smash and Crush. Yeah, you did say that. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Crush was legit though. He was a hell of a.
I didn't care for Crush, man.
No, but I'm just saying. No, the reason I say Crush is because I actually sent you that joint with The Rock. Remember?
Yeah.
Where he was like, "I love a man." Shout out to Brian. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually bringing it up. That was awesome, man. He put him over. He put The Rock over, man.
He did actually. That is great. Yep.
That was pretty awesome.
Because The Rock was Rocky Maivia at the time.
Yeah, with his fucking chia pet hair, bro. Tell me that wasn't the funniest shit though. Tell me what you actually I sent you the link and then you just laughed at the link, right? And it was funny because I for sure know you was laughing because it was The Rock comes out, he's like, they said point at the hard camera. He's like, yeah, and I was looking the other way. And then he does this whole shit and he's like, I win the match. And then I turn around and it's like, there's the back of my head.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into this 90s wrestling, right? All right.
Yeah. All
Bro,
right. So the 90s.
I'll shoot this one off first. Love Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yep.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
No doubt.
The pink and black attack. The excellence of execution. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
The best there ever will be.
And you know what's crazy? Because my dad, right? My dad, like I said, my dad's a Filipino American. He came to America at 19 years old. So, I know you're aware of Filipinos and their accents, right? My dad, he didn't really have that because he grew up in America essentially. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Obviously, he could speak Tagalog and shit like that. You know what I mean? Fluently, obviously, but like he would be like,
right.
And then he still did have the accent as far as like certain things he would say, but he would be like, and I'm a junior, right? So he'd be like, and they called me Jay. He'd be like, Jay, why are you watching this ballet with these guys in their underwear? These fucking guys in their underwear, right? Because we only had one TV, you know what I'm saying, growing up. So I'd be like, Dad, I need to watch wrestling. So he would sit there and watch it with me, and he would just bag on it the whole time. And then I would argue.
Same thing with my dad too.
I would argue with him. This is where he'd be like, this is fake. This is a ballet, Jay. They're in their underwear. And I would be like, no, look at Bret Hart. I would be like, Bret Hart. Because Bret Hart, his finishing maneuver was the sharpshooter, right?
Exactly.
That involves the lower back and the knees and the legs. Yep. So he would spend the whole match fucking your legs up. Fucking your lower back breaker.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just everything. Then slap that sharpshooter on. Or slap the figure four on first to weaken you. And or even like bring you to the ring post. And he'd be outside the ring. And then, the guy's begging. And then, and then the referee would be counting 1, 2. And then he would just slam your leg against the ring post. And then, the dude would be selling it. Then he would do the figure four leg lock on the ring post. And I used to think that was so fucking hard. And I'd be like, look at this motherfucker wearing pink. He's awesome, a beast. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Definitely, yeah.
And then another honorable mention. I go with my man oozing with my chismo, the Razor Ramon. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Man.
For
Okay,
sure.
hit me off.
Have you gone back and watched like some of the matches?
All the time.
Drunk?
All the time. All the time. Before. How about this? Before the WWE Network came out and they took everything off YouTube, I used to revisit it all the time because my daughter, my oldest daughter was like 6 years old at the time, where I would show her this is what it is, right? Like, bro, what's the greatest matchup? The greatest match all time. There's two, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So there's one. It's the precursor to my second one. One is it's a fatal 4-way. It's Vader, Undertaker, Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was a battle royal type matchup where you could throw them over the top rope or they're eliminated, or you could get them by pinfall or submission. And like Stone Cold cheated, and he ended up getting Bret Hart eliminated, and that started their rivalry or their storyline or story arc, whatever you want to call it. And then it led up to Survivor Series 96, where they went against each other, and like it was the most, because Stone Cold Steve Austin, for Playmakers, those that don't know, he was a technical wrestler for real.
Oh yeah.
Before he became a brawler, before the Attitude Era, where everyone was brawling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah, and this was and then when he came to the WWF, he was the ringmaster, and he was using the $1 million dream, the $1 million sleeper.
Right, yeah, that was his manager. Or
but
something.
then the $1 million man. But then he came up with the Stone Cold Stunner. You know what I mean? And then in that, so now he's facing goddamn Bret Hart, and he hits Bret Hart with the Stone Cold Stunner 2 times in a row. And then Bret Hart kicks out. And then he slaps Bret Hart. He doesn't know what to do. He slaps Bret Hart with the $1 million dream. And the $1 million dream is pretty intricate. You're behind, you're pulling the left arm. If you're, Stone Cold's right-handed, so he's pulling the left arm over Bret Hart's throat. And then he's putting the left arm underneath, the esophagus, and he's trying to choke him out. And then Bret Hart drags him to the corner, climbs the corner, and flips over. And now they're tied up so bad. When he flips over, he pins them for the 1, 2, 3. And I was like, that's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. It's one of the greatest matches ever. Yes.
Definitely.
Okay,
Definitely.
Give me some 90s. Give me some 90s, because I got some more too.
Let's see, 90s. Let's go with Sting, Lex Luger. I'm going back to the WCW days.
WCW. Oh my God,
this is
I love
Surfer
it.
Sting.
You're going Icon.
Sting.
You're going Sting Icon.
Sting. No, not the Icon Sting. The original
Sting, the blonde Sting.
California. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm going him. Obviously Arn Anderson was one of my favorites. Actually,
Oh, I
think
love
a
Arn
great
Anderson.
technical wrestler. Even Chris Jericho, when he started out in, he was
young
ECW
Chris Jericho.
and a bunch of other
When the
promotions.
Lion's Tamer
Young
was
Chris,
actually vicious.
Yeah.
When he would bend you on your
he
neck.
was a cruiserweight.
It didn't look like a weak ass Boston crab. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Bro, he would have you on your neck, and he's putting his knee into the small of your back and bending you on your neck. Oh, Chris Jericho was hard.
Jeez.
And he's a rocker, too.
Yeah, he is.
And his music's kind of tight,
as,
bro. Fozzy.
He is, man.
It's tight.
Yep.
Okay,
it's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, for real.
So, Jericho started out as like a cruiserweight, actually, fighting like the likes of like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio back in those days. And Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holds. Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I loved watching both the programs, though, man. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint, like,
No, we're not being biased at all right now. We're just talking about like our faves.
Yeah, definitely. It was great. And then obviously, I think the big turning point, the Attitude Era was phenomenal.
Yes.
I think probably the greatest time in wrestling was the Attitude Era.
Oh, yeah.
Then the fucking NWO out of nowhere comes out and just takes over.
Yeah, just shits on it. As a matter of fact, it goes in that order. The NWO came about, and then they had to do something. And then the Attitude Era, like, granted, because Stone Cold was on the rise. Guys like The Rock were on the rise. You had Shawn Michaels, who became, like, you had... This is what WWF did. The WWF, during that time, they created the babyface heels.
Right, exactly.
I mean? Yeah, because... You had these full-on bad guys, like, hold on. Hulk Hogan basically created the babyface heel because he was a fucking He was a fucking full-on babyface for his whole career, and here's
the entire career. Yeah.
Here's a guy at the Bash of the Beach. You know what I mean? He joins forces with the goddamn outsiders who came from the WWF that were fucking shit up. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
That's it.
Man.
That's it.
Oh, wow. That's so great. And they modeled their shit after gang shit, bro.
Right, exactly. And it was they had a great fucking run, man. Bischoff was there and everybody else. The thing that fucked them up then, they started bringing anybody and everybody into the NWO, I mean, I didn't know half the guys on there. I'm like, who the fuck are these jobbers?
Remember Brutus the Barber Beefcake? He was like the they called him like the disciple. What did they call him? The disciple.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he would just
he just grew a beard. He grew a beard, wore stunners. He wore sunglasses, and he would use the Stone Cold Stunner.
I think that. Did you know that Hogan and Beefcake, I think, are related?
Yeah, bro. Did you know Rowdy Piper is part of the Hart family by blood?
No.
Bro, he's a Canadian. He's not even no kind of Scottish. Just when he came to the WWF in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like, you remember Vince McMahon, he cut the deal. He was like, all right, Stu Hart. You know, let me do my best with Vince McMahon. Okay, Stu Hart, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take over your territory. And then Stu Hart was like, that's cool. But you got to bring my sons and my son-in-laws and, my nephews. So that included Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, British Bulldog, and Rowdy Piper. And Rowdy Piper, they gave him the gimmick as a Scottish lad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, when you hear him talk, he says a boat. What's that about? You know what I mean? He's he's a Canadian by heart.
Holy shit.
And it's crazy because, you know what I mean? That he owned it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but you know what I'm saying? It's just dope because, that was going back to the 90s now. You know what I mean? That era to me as a kid, that was another one of those eras where I would argue with my dad. Look at what they're doing.
Exactly.
They're fucking people up. This is gang shit. This is not fake. They're still in their underwear, Jay. They're still in their underwear.
That was insane. But that was like the heyday of it, you know?
Yeah,
and now,
man.
I mean, obviously with no crowd with the WWE or now AEW, you know? I mean, I haven't really watched too much of it lately. I keep up with it, maybe not as much as I should, but I don't know. You know
what I do?
It's not what it used to be.
I'm more into the content creators that tell me about it.
Exactly. Like, who's that guy? Wrestling Days. Do you know him?
Yep. You know what else I fuck with?
I love that guy.
He's phenomenal. You know who else I fuck with? WrestleMania. You ever heard of
Send me the link for
WrestleMania?
that.
Yeah, I'll send you some links. It's these British guys. You know what I'm saying? And they got this series called like Behind the Titantron where they break down like all these. You know, it's like a documentary series.
Wow.
Like it's fucking phenomenal. And then
definitely send me the link for that.
I'm gonna send you hella links, bro. I love that you're you.
Yeah.
I love that you exist, and I can. That's why even with that rock shit, I think it was like 12 o'clock my time. You know, you're in the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I sent you that rock link because that's literally when I discovered it. And I was like, oh my God, Jemo's gonna appreciate this. And then you actually text me back immediately, like, and I was like,
it's like, haha.
Yes, I was like, fuck, I hope I'm not bothering him in the middle of the night, but I'm like, he needs to know this right now. Like, The Rock has a YouTube channel, and he's just cussing up a storm. He's doing his rock shit. And you know what,
That's awesome.
Terramana, give me money. I actually sampled it. Phenomenal for a cheap tequila.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, but
it's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll revisit it too much. I can't wait. I can't wait till his shit gets bigger and badder, because then we'll start seeing like the premium versions.
Well, you know
what I mean?
Michael Jordan has a tequila out now.
No way.
He does. I don't know how much it is. I'm gonna look into it. I just found this out recently.
Did you see that video of Michael Jordan catching that fucking 400-pound marlin on his yacht?
I did not. I saw somebody posted something somewhere.
Bro.
I gotta check that out.
And when he came back to shore, there was a crowd cheering him.
Yeah.
Yo, Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
He is.
Bro.
He donated like a shitload of money too to a good cause as well recently, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, of course he would, man. You know what, though? I love that Michael Jordan had done this thing, that documentary, because he wanted to clear his name, because a lot of people were trying to shit on him. Because you got to remember, the celebrities from that era, when you're a celebrity, you're out of reach. Right. Celebrities, after in the social media era, you're in reach. You're going to hear what they have to say. That's why I love guys like The Rock, because The Rock, he was from that era, a celebrity you couldn't reach. But now he's like, hey, man, I'm The Rock. You know what I mean? Or I love Stone Cold. Do you fuck with Stone Cold's podcast at all?
I love Stone. I try to listen to it, man. It's hard sometimes. Though.
Well, because you know what I do? You know what I did when I discovered it about like 5 years ago? What I did was I would just search like Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Razor Ramon, because then they would tell the stories of how they single-handedly controlled the wrestling market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Clique. You remember the Clique?
Yes.
The Clique wasn't the audience. The Clique was Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Razor Ramon, Kevin Nash, and Six Pack. Or the Kid, whatever you want.
Six Pack, whatever.
And they fucking ran everything. They were so. They were the Republicans. They fucking.
That's right.
They treated it like politics. They fucking took over everything. They were all in Vince McMahon's ear. Okay, so now, real quick, before we get to the Jemo The Icon show and close this thing up, how much do we despise John Cena? Because I hated him.
You know what, man?
Did you like him?
I hated him for
initially,
long time.
because he was one of the guys that I love the Invasion era. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So
WWE, they dropped the ball on that though. It could have been done.
Yeah, it could have been better. But
so much
that
better.
was after that, mind you, we're talking 2002, 2003 now, right? That was when I dropped off of wrestling, as a religious fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mind you, because, you know what I'm saying, other things in my life were Right, but
Yeah.
at this time, when I would still chime in, like, check it out. I talked to my avid fans and my avid brothers that were avid or consistent fans, and they would tell me what's going on, and I would be like, man, what the fuck? Like, I would be upset, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be really upset about certain shit, like, and like, the fact that John Cena, and because John Cena was like
he was the Hulk Hogan of that generation.
Whoa, that's a good comparison.
Because
his moves weren't like because his finishing move didn't even look like it would put a guy away.
Right.
Type of shit.
The one thing I have to give credit, and actually I like Cena now because he is probably one of the best talkers out there.
Yo, I was about to say that. He actually could rival The Rock.
Yes.
Bro, how about this? His reign is longer than all of those guys combined.
It's insane. I think that's why so many people hate him too.
Yeah.
And everybody was waiting for like a heel turn on him, and he never fucking turned.
And then he was the guy he was the babyface that they booed like way before like a Roman Reigns. Like a guy like Roman Reigns, where he was supposed to be billed as the babyface, and they would boo him. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Like I actually have this theory, and shout out to Clayton, man. Shout out to CFZ. I actually had him on. Mm-hmm. He has a wrestling podcast. Remember I shot you that link?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually. I asked him this. I said, "Is it crazy to think that Vince McMahon, the marketing genius he is, the fucking genius in general, the general genius even? How about that? That he would be like." Okay, Roman, you're gonna have leukemia, and because they don't like you. The WWE universe, they don't like you. You're not connecting. We're gonna go ahead and give you leukemia, and then when you come back, they're gonna love you. All right, how's that? Take a break for a year. All right, kid. You know what I mean? Like
it's crazy, man.
Because it works.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, look, he really didn't lose too much hair either, and oddly enough, me and my son were at that show. That show was in Providence.
When he announced it?
We were at the live Raw show. When he announced it, yeah. That's the show. I think I put it up on my Instagram where...
I seen that.
Who was it? Drew McIntyre and, what's that guy's name? The big dude. Braun Strowman were right in front of me. Yeah. So that was the show. My kid was like,
and mind you, I don't ever want to downplay, Playmakers. If I end up with leukemia or some shit like that, you're gonna know it's at this moment that I fucking downplayed it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because karma is something I believe in.
Yep.
But I mean, Vince McMahon, like it's not far fetched that he would do some shit like that, right?
It's you never know. You never know. Yeah, man. Who knows? But I mean, hey, if he beat it. Great, applaud.
Or if he even had
for yeah, who knows? I don't know.
But he came back, and now they love him.
He did.
Right?
Now they love him.
Okay,
course,
so hold on. Before all this,
how do you like?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, how do you like SmackDown now on Fox?
I mean, I love the fact that they're alongside like shit like UFC, so people could take it serious. But like. I just feel like it's a business move, you know what I mean? Like, Vince McMahon been trying to get on Fox, you know what I mean? Like, the product is still poor to me, you know what I mean? Because of CTE, and they can't, like, bash people with chairs. They can't, give color. And we're talking about, when we say color, we're talking about blood, Playmakers. We're not talking about black and white.
Exactly. Yeah. They're not blading each other anymore.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
It's very, very G-rated now.
Yeah, man.
That's one of the reasons.
Okay, so hold on. Let's flash back a little bit. This is one of the guys I forgot to mention. A guy I loved through the 90s that raised my eyebrow, and I watch him build up and then get on steroids and then just get phenomenal and just always just be beastie as fuck. And my man, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I love Benoit, dude.
He was great. Have you seen Dark Side of the Ring. That's it. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
So
Even before Dark Side of the Ring, there was a documentary, right? About a football player. There was a football player. I'll make this a long story longer. There's a football player. He had a concussion. He was playing in the NFL. He had a football concussion, and then the doctor told him, you've had several concussions, and I can't clear you to play. No doctor will clear you to play. So this kid, he went on this fucking mission to figure out CTE, and then in the same year, in 2008, was that when it happened with Benoit? He was like,
I think so, yeah.
He was like, let me go. He asked the family of Chris Benoit if they could exhume the body. You know what I mean? Exhume the body. And
that's right, yeah.
And do research on his brain. And bro, they found out that Chris Benoit's brain, before he died, before he killed himself, his brain was the equivalent to an 80-year-old man with dementia. So like he wasn't himself. Right. So like you literally by law you couldn't declare murder suicide. It was an act of insanity. It was, you know what I mean? And Vince McMahon till this day refuses to induct him. You know what I mean? They just steer away from it because he literally would do the flying headbutt and sell it.
Well, they erased everything from him.
Yeah.
Yep. They erased everything. I think there was a Monday Night Raw or something.
Yeah, they did a dedication
special for
and then as soon as
and then the very next night
they found out it was like a quote unquote murder suicide, and they were like,
Vince McMahon comes on.
You're never gonna hear this name synonymous with the WWF, bro. But scratch all that. Him as a wrestler, bro, so fucking intense. The fucking 10 German suplexes in a row.
He was great.
I love him. Him and goddamn his homie Eddie Guerrero. Like, bro, like even Jericho. Like, I feel like Jericho was the only one who took a step back as far as his ring performance when he got to the WWF. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd have to argue that point with you because Jericho, remember that triple threat match where I think it was the title unification thing with the WCW?
No, it was a Vengeance. WWF Vengeance. It was a tournament.
Right.
Yeah, it was a tournament. It was goddamn Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. They were the champs because The Rock. Mind you, this is during the Invasion days. So The Rock had the world title, the WCW title. The Stone Cold Steve Austin had the world title. And then, it was Stone Cold versus Angle. Stone Cold beats him. Jericho beats The Rock. And then Jericho beats Stone Cold, and he has the 2 titles. And then, that was the precursor to Triple H making his return.
That's right,
and making it right. Yeah. But still, this is what I hated about this. Because, mind you, let me preface this. You're right. Jericho was phenomenal in the WWF. But, during this time, his running bulldog started to get really poorly sold. His walls of Jericho would look like a weak ass Boston crab.
It did.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't the walls of Jericho no more. But he was a hell of a showman though. Come on, Rock.
That's right.
Come on, Rock. Tap. He would just talk so much shit.
If you can talk.
You're right.
If you can talk, if you know how to talk,
I will give you that.
You're getting a title put on you. I mean, look at the Miz. Remember when Miz beat John Cena?
Shitty wrestler
for the W. I mean, he
the
was
Miz
a great
came
talker.
from the real world?
I do. I remember that.
And even on the real world,
and he
said he wanted to be a pro wrestler. And he was, I am the Miz. Like he had this whole thing. He was ripping off the Rock.
He had those belts with him.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he did it.
So kudos to the Miz for living out his dream. That's awesome.
And the Miz is like a fantasy analyst too. Are you aware of that?
That's right.
Yeah, he's actually kind of dope.
I am.
We gotta contact the Miz, man.
Well, I'm losing you a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Oh, you're breaking in and out.
I didn't change positions.
In and out still.
Okay, how about this?
Where'd you go, Bogard?
Are you there now? Bruh.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we're good. We're back. Hey.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, if anything, just hang up and call back. FaceTime audio.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, yeah, because we gotta do this right.
Yeah.
Things like,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you phenomenally.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just want to make sure you can hear
beautiful.
me.
We're good.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because I almost wanted to say "fuck the Miz," and I was like, "Is he trying to like get distorted so he can?"
I may have to call you back.
Yeah, call me. Hang up and call me back right now. FaceTime audio. Okay, things like this can occur in the field, playmakers. We're gonna make sure this thing's right. Yes. Okay.
Minor technical difficulties, all good.
No, it happens. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is what we do. Okay, you can hear me good?
I can perfectly.
You sound phenomenal now.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
bro. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right. So check this out. Let's get back. Let's go into this last segment.
Sure.
Tell me, what's the conversation like when you were like, I'm about to do the Icon show. Like, you know, who's the persons that you know or personnel?
Yeah.
Who's the ones
Yeah.
you talked to that you spoke with, like when you had this idea?
So Robbie, the Rum Boys from the Gang,
Yeah.
you know, he steered me in this direction because I saw what he was doing, and you know, I went on his show a couple of times. He helped me win a championship, the fantasy championship, and stuff.
Yeah. Shout out to
cool.
Robbie.
Shout out to Robbie with the Rum Boys, Gang.
Gang.
So he kind of lit this fire under me, you know. 'Cause I was talking to him a little bit about it. I'm like, man, I should do something, right? It's like, fuck yeah, dude. So
That's fucking awesome, dude.
that was that. Yeah, he helped me out tremendously. So I owe a lot to him for kind of again like
fucking love Robbie, dude.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude. Awesome, helping me out with all
I almost want to just
ins
call
and
him.
outs.
Let me just do something real quick. I just want to call him and see if his phone rings.
Sure, let's do it.
Call Rum Boys.
Calling Rum Boys.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That means he's alive.
Yeah.
If he doesn't pick up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. At
Because
least
the
his
fact
phone's
that it's
ringing.
ringing, he's alive. Yes, he's not in jail even. Yo, okay. Check us out. You're live on the air with me and Jemo. And we were just talking like, you know, we're going through the story of how like Jemo started like becoming a content creator for the Icon show. And he was like, Robbie influenced me, right? He kind of spearheaded this for me. And then, you know, before we got on air, we were collectively worried. Me, Justin, goddamn Jemo, because your phone was off, and we were just worried the most. And I was like, you know what? On air right now, I'm like, let's just ring his phone.
Yeah.
If it goes to voicemail, fuck. But, you know, because your shit was voicemail all day, we were thinking the worst. But the fact that you rang and you picked up, man, we love you, Robbie.
Robbie.
Yeah, I've been in and out of fucking meetings all day.
No, for sure. Okay. Well, you know what? I know it's late. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep you on too long, but, you know what I'm saying? Man, so good to hear from you, brother. I'm glad you're okay, because we were all worried.
Yeah, no, I'm actually I'm smoking right now, and I'm about to take a shower, and I gotta be up early tomorrow because it's back to more fucking meetings. I was gonna try and get some content up for everyone today, and
Nah, man, you're leading the revolution, brother.
Do your thing, sir. Do your thing.
You hear Jemo? He was like, do your thing, brother.
I heard him. Yeah, no, it's been fucking fun. It's been fun, but yeah, no, fucking, I can't wait to get a break. I can't wait to fucking relax.
Hey, man, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Brother, you're a pillar. You're a pillar in the world's society, bro. You hold us all up, bro.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He wasn't even disagreeing. He's like, yeah, you're goddamn right I am. Oh, we love you, Robbie. All right, go ahead, take a shower, wash your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad to hear from you because, we weren't trying to think the worst, but we were all concerned. We know you're out there fighting a good fight. You even told me to, I'm a panic texter. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, that's good. You guys should do that, especially with this whole fucking activism.
Of course, brother.
Yeah.
So yes, always check in with me daily. But yeah, we should be good to go for fucking Friday night. Let's get drunk. I fucking need you.
yeah. You already know, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. And, man, we love you, bro. You're doing the real work out here. Keep on spearheading the revolution, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just so glad to hear your voice, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm happy to hear y'all. Shit. Fucking
Yeah,
happy to hear y'all.
it's gonna be a lot. It's a lot of fun. Robbie, love you, brother. Miss you. I'll talk to you tomorrow soon.
Hit me. Make sure you guys hit me in the fucking before my meeting. Hit me up before 10 a.m.
Got you. I hit
For
you.
sure.
I hit you up in the morning, breakfast time type shit.
Yeah, shit, fellas. I'm gonna holla. All right?
For sure,
All
brother.
right,
Peace.
sir. We'll have some mimosas soon, Robbie. I'll talk to you.
That was awesome.
Hey,
Look at that. We
that
can
was
sleep. We
beautiful.
can
Good.
sleep well.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
He's
because I was
good.
worried about that man. I was just worried about him because he's out there fighting that
sure.
really good fight. Like,
For sure.
you know what I'm saying? Okay,
Definitely.
all right, let's get down to breath. So
Yeah.
speaking of Robbie, right? Love it that we was able to chime him in.
That was
you know what I
awesome.
mean?
Awesome. Glad that he's
Right?
good.
I know,
Yeah.
right? That was really fucking awesome, dude. Fuck yeah,
That's
man.
right.
Shout out to Robbie, man.
The boss,
Shout out to
man.
the Admiral,
CEO.
man.
There he is.
Okay,
The Admiral.
so what was that like? You were like, all right, I'm about to do this thing now.
Yeah, no, Robbie was an intricate part in everything. And I mean, I had questions upon questions. And then originally, I was just going to do strictly a podcast. I'm like, I don't know if I should. I kind of like this whole video fucking thing. I'm like, let me just stick with video, I guess. So, I ran it by Philip. And I was like, listen, I kind of want to do this thing. I'm like, what do you think? He's like, no, definitely sounds like a great idea, And, quarantine time and everything. I'm like, well, what perfect timing, unfortunately for it.
Yeah.
But I had the time.
But they give us lemons, we make lemonade. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, exactly. So, I started putting together, like ideas for the show. I'm like, I don't really want to do this by myself, So
you go back to your partner from Donkey Punch?
Yeah, exactly. So what I did first was like a bunch of interviews, and that's originally what the show was just going to be about, just me interviewing artists.
And that was
politicians,
awesome,
whatever,
bro, because
everybody.
didn't you have Bam on there?
No, Bam just did a shout out video.
Okay,
Yeah. And yeah, that's a whole other story, but yeah, for the next show.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, continue,
So then,
continue.
so I that was the whole show. I thought was just going to be me interviewing people one-on-one, kind of like a Vlad kind of deal, And I was like, nah, I kind of want to do a live thing, because I'm watching the Rum Boys, the Fantasy Network. I'm like, I love how they do the fucking After Dark thing.
Yeah.
I want to do that now,
Yeah, I want to get faded, talk some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Philip. I'm like, listen, man, here's the thing. Why don't you come on? I'm saying, don't be a co-host. We're in this together. Any show you don't want to come on, don't come on. I don't want to hold you.
And I love that
anything,
he'll be like, well, this is the Icon
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Continue.
So he's like, all right, fuck it, we'll do it. So that's kind of how the whole live show kind of thing started. And originally it was supposed to just be me and Philip, but then I incorporated other characters into the
How
show.
did B-Right come into the picture? I love B-Right. I love him,
yeah,
dude.
he's great, man.
And
He's great.
he's my favorite. You know what I mean? Like out of the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
you're my brother, so you know what I mean.
No, of course.
Yeah,
but
so it's like you're already up there on the
he's like
scale.
everybody's favorite cast member. He's the go. He's like
Hey,
our
what's
Kramer,
up, kids?
Exactly. So I had Brian on our show, maybe a couple of times or something. But every time he was on, he was so charismatic and so funny. I was like, I just got to keep bringing him back on. You know, I was like, fuck it, I like this guy.
You made him in the hospitality business.
I did. Everybody who I know, I think I met through the hospitality business.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
okay, continue.
Yeah, no, and then I kept inviting him back. I'm like, fuck it, man, you're going to be on the show permanently until you tell me you can't do it, whatever. Come on. Again, I gave him the same kind of deal that with Philip, like, if you can come on, come on. If not, no big deal, you know? Anytime you want on, you're on. So we got him on, and then I thought about having, you know, a girl on the show as well. Yeah. Adding like a little different element, but I didn't want like a trashy girl, and I didn't want...
Yeah, so that's where mom comes into play.
That's where mom comes into play, for sure. And I didn't want my wife in it, you know, because she's my wife, whatever. This is my thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can't expose our life like that.
Yeah,
shit. Yeah,
exactly. So, then someone's got to take care of the kids while I'm doing this.
Exactly.
You know? That's that. So, you know, and I invited mom on the show, and I thought she would not want to come back, but, you know, she liked it, and she's like a good fit for us.
She's a staple in the show, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it was a lot. So that's currently our cast, and obviously Tyler comes in from time to time. He'll chime in and throw in
I love that Tyler is like, he has a small percentage of appearances because his appearances are fucking impactful.
Oh, they're great. Yeah, they're great. Yeah. And honestly,
shout out to Tyler.
Like, we love, you know, Philip and I discussed it, but like doing it with 5 people is long and hard because, as you know, with even the After Dark shows, when you have 5 people on, it's hard to get everybody's take and kind of minimize it a little bit so the show's not 8 hours long or whatever, you know.
But the fact that your precursor to this whole thing was Robbie, because Robbie knows how to conduct people.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, imagine this: he has me on the panel. You know what I mean? Fuck everybody else. I love everybody else, but the fact that he almost has to like monitor me out of 5 people.
Exactly.
Aside from him,
it's
you know
insane.
what I mean? Yeah, I know, right?
I can't, I can't take control of a group like that. There's no way, yeah. So I think four, I think we're going to keep moving with 4, and then sometime our just recent show was just me and Philip. We want to go back to the roots, and, you know, we had Mom and Brian doing some other duties for the show, and they'll be back this week on the new one. But yeah, that's how we're going so far, and I think what is it? I'm gonna do more interviews. Like I did my most recent one with Nuge from the Sam Roberts band, and I kind of want to stay away from like the fantasy football interviews. To be honest with you, because I have enough of those on season 1.
What it has morphed into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the Icon show has morphed into is the Icon show. Like,
exactly.
Yes, you love fantasy, but
sure.
When you know what I mean, that's why you're a part of the Rum Boys. That's where you can do the fantasy isms. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
so, and I want, like, I think we're gonna have Laquan Jones on our show very soon.
Oh, shout out to LQ.
Yes, that's awesome. Yes, Fantasy LQ. He's gonna be on. He's gonna be appearing as the real deal.
He's good, man. He's great.
He is good. So I want to start incorporating, you know, other fantasy people, but not for an interview. But I want them on the Icon show as a panelist to discuss whatever
the fuck is going on.
Top 10 shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's get down and dirty. You know, we're not going to talk fantasy or anything like that.
No, that's dope because that actually, like, how about this? For me, embarking on this shit. Obviously, I started as trying to be a fantasy analyst, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But then, you know, I started the GMM network. You know, obviously it's the Real Fantasy Playmakers, but I didn't make the channel the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I made it the GMM network, so I can keep it a broad spectrum. You know, I mean, we are Sagittariuses, so you know what I mean? Like, we got to keep it a broad spectrum. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
We are many layers, like an onion, and that's one of my favorite analogies. Because as soon as you cut into this thing and you start peeling back the layers, you're gonna cry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we just
And
have so
you
many
gotta keep
stories.
going.
Yes. Yes.
You gotta keep going.
Man.
It's crazy.
And Jemo, I will say, man, thank you for allowing me to be a part of season 1. And
Dude, come on. I couldn't have done it without you, brother. Thank you.
well, I do what I can do.
Yeah.
Look at me, I try to claim the fame right there.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But man, like, it's just so amazing, man. Like, seeing, bro, my girl will vouch for this. That's why, my girl, she always pops in and out in the studio, and she's like a ninja. No, I would never acknowledge it. But even earlier, I'm like, say hello to the icon, because she knows how much you are iconic to me. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. And what she even said too? She was like, oh, he's handsome. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. He has a good face, right, babe?
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, he sure does. You know what I mean? We call a spade a spade. You know what I mean?
There you go.
And you know what's sad when she says that though? Is because one day when we meet together, she's gonna be worried about us together. She's be like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? I'm like, oh, we're chilling. You're just gonna be worried about all the ladies. Because I am a handsome young lad myself.
Oh yeah, you're a dapper son of a gun. I tell you that much. Yeah.
I mean, especially now that out of quarantine, I'm getting cleaned up. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I'm back. Like I was showing my face online as a wanted poster. You know what I mean? A goddamn have you seen this man? I was looking like a composite sketch. You know what I mean? Like
that's great.
Right? Like. I was almost scared to leave the house because I might have fit the description. You know what I mean? Like, God damn it, oh my God, there's crime going on. Like,
man.
Now I'm back. They can see the dimples. Like, I'm alive.
There you go.
Know what I mean?
There you go.
Oh, yeah. And I'm with the icon. He's looking sexier than ever. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Matter of fact, you was embarrassed that Philip showed the throwback picture. You know what?
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill him.
You're like, you started a war.
No, he did.
Bro.
Wait till I find some. I got deep.
But it was like, I'm like, I looked at it like, oh shit, the ladies are gonna be like, oh my God.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Okay, we're gonna close this thing up, but let the Playmakers know what they can get from what's upcoming from the Icon show.
Well, we got I got a couple other interviews lined up, and I can't really say who they are just yet. So that'll be coming soon. I think on this upcoming show that we're doing next is going to be Would You Rather?
Ooh.
Yeah. So everybody's going to have their own questions, or we're going to go round by round. So it's a Would You Rather. As an example, and this probably won't be on the show, but would you eat dog shit or would you eat horse shit? And you have to pick one.
Horse shit.
And then explain
horse
why.
Horse shit, they eat grass.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck dogs eat. That's like, some other
I don't know
shit
either,
stinks.
but I think horse shit probably smells a little bit worse. I don't know.
It probably smells. I don't know. I just damn it!
It's just an example.
That's gonna be a hell of an episode.
That's gonna be an interesting episode. And then, other things are just, we're cruising right along, my friend. Cruising right along. So I don't even remember what episode we're in now. 3, maybe.
Yeah, you're going
season
on
2?
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Episode 3. Yeah.
I
So
love
we're
watching
keep it going
history.
as long as we can, man. As long as we can. And it's just a lot of fun. I can't wait to get the whole crew back. And you're going to be on the show very soon again.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
my friend.
Oh, we're gonna do a wrestling episode.
Oh, we're doing a wrestling episode.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll do a wrestling interview.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Man, I will say
strictly wrestling.
The fact that you got Mick Foley even to shout you out, like, bro.
Oh man, yeah.
He's so good. I love him.
He's awesome, man. He's awesome, man. He's so down to earth. Yep, definitely.
Such
good guy.
Good dude, man. And I had a ton of more questions I wanted to ask you, but man, I'm just so glad we were able to cover the timeline in general, man.
All good, man. I appreciate you having me on. I got to get to some kids here soon because one's not feeling well, but
For sure, man.
Thank you so much. Let's do a part 2 soon, maybe on the Icon show one day.
Yeah, man.
Let's do a Bogard segment. How Bogard
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, one of my biggest fights daily is fighting my own ego. Like,
Yeah.
So when you tell me let's do a Bogard episode, I'm like, oh hell yeah.
Yo, we're doing it. So, yeah. So that's also what's coming in season 2.
Yeah,
the Bogard
man.
episode.
I love it.
Yeah.
All
Beautiful,
right,
sir.
let them know where they can find you, Jemo the Icon.
All right, yeah, go to jemotheicon.com. Same thing on Twitter, same thing on Instagram, same thing on YouTube, and hit that like, subscribe button, all that other good shit. Shoot me an email or whatever, a text. Or, I don't care. I'll get
The
back to you. I'll
DMs,
talk
everything.
To you.
Send the bird. Send the bird with the goddamn
Send the bird,
note
for sure,
attached
for
to his
sure.
foot. All the shit.
Definitely. And make sure you like and subscribe the gang at the Rum Boys Fantasy Network.
Yeah.
And also, we cannot forget the GMM Network as
Yeah.
well. Bogart's
And
got free.
Jemo the Icon on YouTube. Everything. Everything.
there.
Hey, Jemo. Bro, I think did we do the 3 hours? Fuck, this is crazy. I knew it was gonna be something like this.
So.
I fucking love it. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. This is like what it should be. Because, you know, my analytics show that people actually listen to 90% of my shit, which I love.
That is awesome, man.
It really
awesome.
is,
No.
man.
Shit. Bogart,
Jemo.
thank you so much for
Man,
having me on, man. I
thank you,
appreciate
man.
it. Much love. Love you, brother. Stay safe out
Love
there.
you too, brother.
You know, you ever need anything, you let me know, sir.
Hey, man. You know, you really aren't going to get that phone call from me too much, man, because the only thing I ever require from you is just your existence, my brother.
Hey, I'm here for you anytime, sir. Anytime.
I appreciate you.
And shout out to Milk and Honey. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
For the, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to our sponsor, Milk and Honey.
Yeah.
My brother. Oh, man. Love you, brother.
Love you, Bogart. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Peace.
All right, later, bud.
Woo! My brother, the Icon.